Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Goblin, and this is Goblin Cave TV. This is our brand new show called A Guard's Tale, based off the Paizo's adventure path, Agents of Edgewatch. Now, this is an adventure path around players taking control of city guards in a fantasy setting. And thank you, Paula, for the host. So this is a show um, about people playing as, or characters playing as city guards. Now, um, this is 2020, and this has been a subject which has been very heated throughout the year. And it's, I just want to say that yes, Black Lives Matter. Um, we are very much a non-political channel, but we do say yes, we stand with you and say Black Lives Matter. We do follow it. Police brutality needs to stop. This is not a show about police brutality. Um, this is a show which is just comedy, and we're trying to do light-hearted humor and just have some fun and relax. Um, please don't be offended. We're not going to go into into the brutality at all. All damage in this campaign, from the police side, from the guard side of thing, are non-lethal. So spells are going to be a bit different. Explosions are going to be a bit different, but that's one of the options that was put forward by Paizo, and that's the options that we're going through. Just want to also make a quick note that the audio that you're going to be hearing throughout is from Syrinscape. Syrinscape are amazing. They're not a sponsor of the channel, but check out Syrinscape for your online, offline role-playing needs. We do have, for the first time ever, critical decks. Sorry, one of them's a bit green with a green screen, but we're using critical decks for our combat for the first time ever. So things are going to get weird. And also, if you're watching from our Twitch VODs, please use our YouTube channel. It means that if everyone's watching from a YouTube channel, then the YouTube channel gets promoted. We get 90% people watching on our Twitch VODs, and by the end of the year, we're actually going to be switching that back off again to encourage people going onto YouTube. So please watch us on YouTube, engage with us there. You can you can leave comments, which I get to read and I'll reply back to. So please use our YouTube at Goblin Cave TV and YouTube. We're trying to grow that side of the channel. So let's go to our players and meet everybody for the first time, kind of again. So, hi.
Hey.
Hello.
Howdy.
Howdy.
So, if you're familiar with the channel, you've seen some of these people before. So, shall we go to our introductions and who's who? So, Polly, would you like to say who you are and kind of who you're playing? You don't need to go into much detail if you want, but it's okay if you do.
I'll give you the quick rundown. Hi, I'm Polly. I'm playing Shireen Alban, who is she's a former undercover cop from another district in the city. She was paid really well, really liked the job. It was stressful, learned a lot on the mean streets, but her cover was blown. So now she took whatever cop job she could find and took a major pay cut, and now is an entry-level guard in the Radiant Festival zone. So yeah, she might have a little bit of frustration, but you know, life happens. So she's going to be rebuilding and hiding from the criminal elements that she was infiltrating.
Sorry, a little bit of description there. Fantastic. Kat or
Yeah. Hi, yeah, Kat. Kat is good. So I'm Kat. You find me under Say Caitlin, a lot of stuff, Twitch, YouTube, all the fun jazz. Today I'll be playing Deidre Storm Chaser, your grandmotherly cop, a bit of older bird, but don't worry, she still gets around. I'm been part of the postcard. Been hanging out. Really, I took the job because I wanted to spend more time with the grandkids. You can't really be working all the time and not be able to hang out with your kids or your kids' kids. But unfortunately, little Timmy had an accident, broke both of his kneecaps, bless him. And so I decided instead of going into retirement like I was supposed to, I'm going to be going in, trying this new Edgewatch thing and see if I can make some money to get Timmy some new knees.
Are you going to be okay, Chibi?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
You're gonna make it. You didn't know the backstory. Coming in hot.
Oh, is it my turn now?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
That's what I was asking.
Hi, I'm Chibi. I will be playing Taylor, reporting in for duty, fresh from the Learned Guard Academy kind of thing, and totally by the book. We're gonna make some arrests. We're gonna be following each step in the order it is laid down because that is how things are done. Yeah, I'm a cleric.
Okay, so much enthusiasm. And Game Reaper.
Hey, I'm Game Reaper from Gathering of Nerds, and I am playing Azarac, the Kobold Investigator. It is my job to figure out who did it.
The investigator of the group. The smartest kobold investigator.
Yes, I must prove that I am the cleverest of them all.
Okay. So a couple of things. You can donate to the channel. We've finally figured out why there's been really no donations for a while, because it hasn't been linked properly for a while since we changed our name. So donations down below. The aim is that you can support our players by donating to them. That can help them out in really tight spots. And it could also mean we can increase the danger because they have more, backup just in case. So every $1 donation, you with the hashtag of who the character is or even the player name, and that person gets a hero point. You can see down below, we have hero points there. So everyone starts each session with 1 hero point. And Polly has 2 at the moment because we got a redemption yesterday, kind of when we were doing work on the project. So we just let it slide, and so she starts the whole thing with 2. If you subscribe to the channel, everyone gets 1, but there is a maximum of 5 hero points for each person. So that's how it works, and please support the channel. It does help us out. If you're just a long-time watcher of the channel, you can use redemptions from the in-channel stuff as well to essentially do the same thing without having to pay money, because you love us by just watching us. Again, if you're on YouTube, you can always just subscribe and retweet and share it with your friends, because that's also a nice way of watching us. So I think that's about everything we have.
Right, I promise to use, by the way, anybody who's watching, I promise to use any hero points in the most overpowered way possible to defeat Karsh.
What?
You will overthrow him.
You will be the new goblin
Yeah.
leader.
I think that counts as a declaration of war.
Oh,
Does
no,
Yeah.
don't say that.
So I can always do the whole death shade thing and just turn... No?
Oh, yeah, you can just do
I
that.
have the power.
I'm dead, yeah.
The shroud.
I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to overthrow the GM. I don't think that's in the rule book. Just saying.
Hey, why are all
going
the
against the chain of
enemies
command.
focusing on your characters?
So weird.
Yeah, it's just the darndest thing.
It's the red shirt.
Oh, right.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
It's gotta be it, darling.
Yeah.
You gotta change your shirt.
Yeah.
I didn't think
So
that's typical for me, though.
don't worry, it's not the smugglers one where you're in space and red shirts mean a thing. So it's okay. I'm reminded though of the South Park episode where they had the role-playing game society, and the girls joined and the girls killed the GM.
Sounds
Because
like a
apparently they didn't even know that was a thing.
Lady power.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Break them fourth walls.
Good on them.
Yeah. So, shall we start? Just a shout out as well for the overlay as well. I know this is a lot of stuff at the start. Overlay was actually made by Paizo, given to the streaming community. This is actually kind of their Band of Bravos campaign overlay, of course with the artwork from Paizo as well. So I've modified it a little bit. Hopefully they're okay with it. Just changing the colors and totally rechanging the design. It's okay, I'm sure. I love it. I've spent 20, 30, 40 hours on this overlay. I love it.
Yeah,
Love the
looks
work.
great.
So just want to point out,
So good.
the overlays from Paizo, the original assets from Paizo, we've modified it quite a bit. So let's get into the game itself. No, that's the wrong one. There's multiples. I know.
Off to a great start.
Let's get into that. Wrong one. Okay. Oh, it's another thing. Combat too. Sorry, it's a new game. We've got lots of new things going on.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Combat. We've spoken to the players. We've had something happen a few weeks ago in another game where combat ended up being like 10-second per round combats. We have a timer. So we have a timer on the screen, which will give us 30-second countdowns for each player to do their turn. Ideally, I want to try to get down to 10 seconds. Spellcasters get more time because they've got a bit more things to do. If you describe your actions a bit more, you'll have a lot more leeway because you're describing your actions as you're doing them. Because it just makes it a bit more interesting, at least for me. So I just wanted to also point a note that that's on the cards as well. And again, we've got the cards for the bit of the chaos and whatnot happening. So I think we have what we need. So I'll just turn that off and put that away, and there we go. So the Agents of Edgewatch are a new guard unit set up to protect the new precinct called Precipice Precinct. It's not actually a new precinct in Absalom. It's quite an old precinct, which has essentially been abandoned for a couple of decades now, after an earthquake leveled the area and some of it went over the cliff into the bay. Now, it's been fairly much abandoned. No one's really been in there. But now, with a renewal of energy and a repopulation of the area and the celebration of a festival, a years-long festival, the biggest in the world, to revitalise the area. But with all these influx of people, they need a new guard unit. The best of the best were called for. Yeah. So this adventure begins when the heroes, our players, are newly inducted into the Edgewatch, outfitted in their uniforms. Essentially, they're the last ones in line. After a day of induction, they're the last ones in line to get their uniforms, and they just had to pick up what was on the floor and what was left over, modify them wherever they can, especially if they had tails. That's a thing, apparently. And they're all essentially assigned in the same patrol unit because they were the last in line. You are summoned into the Lieutenant Grosbeck Laveris's office for your first briefing. As you walk down the hallways of the newly reclaimed precinct office, the new recruits notice that some of the more established veterans in the building are looking at you. They're looking with sympathetic looks, as if some shit's about to get down and your asses are about to get chewed out. So, who would like to be the first one to describe your character as you walk towards the office for your impending doom?
Oh, I will. You see a small little lizard with black scales wearing what looks to be a child's costume of what a detective is supposed to look like, but pinned on the front is a big badge, big for him, of the guard that he... whenever he wears it, his chest puffs out a little bit more.
Oh,
Just
my heart.
So proud.
Yeah.
Chibi?
probably walking towards the front of the group with a very straight posture, ears like forward and alert and just kind of glancing around with wide eyes, looking so excited, is a cat folk who is wearing their uniform, even if it was one of the last ones there, has put it on ever so smartly and tight, and everything is exactly where it should be as per the uniform requirements as in the manual, and is like walking straight ahead, just kind of looking at everyone, kind of, oh yeah, has like reddish kind of fur, big puffy tail at the back, little black tufts at the end of the ears.
Oh,
I can imagine a notepad.
A notepad?
I can just imagine a notepad tucked under your arms.
I'm probably hugging the book.
The manual.
I brought the manual with me. I am the player that brought the player book with me to the office just in case.
Excuse me, you forgot to give us homework.
Oh, these people.
It has a belt pouch dedicated to the manual.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my equipment.
A pocket constitution. We're going to skip Cat for reasons.
Oh no. It's true. I wrote a small novel. It's fine.
Yeah. Polly, would you like to?
So I'm just a human. I'm kind of like scratching at the uniform. It's badly clean. I haven't worn a uniform in a while, and so I'm kind of getting used to it. All the police tools, kind of adjusting it, looking around, being like, "Oh, how did I end up here?" And now I'm gonna get yelled at already. You know what? This captain or whoever he is doesn't know who I am. Clearly.
Or maybe they do.
You just misunderstood.
I like
Totally.
it.
When did we get the promotion already?
Cat.
So walking abreast with these other fine folks, you see a diminutive, pleasantly plump, stooped female halfling using a cane. Her white hair is in the form of a pixie cut that's teased to the heavens. These piercing blue eyes that sparkle with kindness and a little mischief. There are wrinkles on her face that are showing both her age and well-lived life. This smaller creature dressed up in the Edgewatch uniform, but on top of it, you see a nice knitted shawl just draped over the uniform to protect her old bones from the chill. Her cane that she uses to walk with as she goes down is elaborately carved, and you can spot some motifs of maybe a battle. Is that storm clouds? This is Deidre, Storm Chaser. Hi. Thank you.
Beautiful.
I told you, I got excited and I was like, oh, came to me in a dream. I got possessed by my character.
Yes.
I had to write
I did
it.
a really poor job.
No.
It's okay.
Okay, thank you.
There's no winning or losing.
That's right.
As you get to the office, the door to the office, because the whole building's only recently been reclaimed, the door to the office has a glass pane cut out to what was a different door. Not merely meant to have a glass pane, but frosted glass, with the painting in gold writing, Lieutenant Laverus, Captain of the Guard. As you knock, call to enter, you enter. Lieutenant Laverus, a large human man with curly grey blonde hair, has a broad belly and a gilded nightstick slung at his belt, an unlit cigar clamped in his teeth. As you enter, what do you do?
You called for us, sir?
I go in, move like directly to like, you know, in a straight, like perpendicular to the desk kind of thing, and like stand at attention, just like reporting, sir.
Deidre makes for the first chair she can find and sits down, and you hear like a creak in the hips as she sits and like melts and becomes one with the chair. And it's like,
Now she's got a cane.
yeah. She's like, yes, Captain.
What's up, Louie?
The lieutenant rises from behind his desk, glaring beneath his brooding brows, studying you. Stand at attention.
Oh, my.
Looks down at Deidre. That includes you, dear.
Oh, meal bones can do a good one, and you see them get the cane and like crack. And it's like, what can I do for you?
He's a hard ass already.
He shakes his head, muttering, unbelievable. He pulls out his well-chewed cigar from his mouth and gestures disdainfully. This year's Radiant Festival is the most ambitious peacetime undertaking the city has seen. The Edgewatch is responsible for the safety of thousands. I told the council we needed the best of the best. Instead, they send me you. A bunch of rookies so green you practically got gills. Did you pin that badge on yourself, young lady? Looking at Taylor. You okay? Do you need help?
I put it on exactly where I was told to, sir.
He won't let you down, sir.
I'm looking very proud, by the way, because you said, you asked for the best of the best. So Taylor is just like sparkly eye, just like, yes.
Yeah, I'm the best.
But in response, he also pointed out Taylor was like a rookie.
Oh yeah, totally. Best of the best of the rookies.
Abda knows what sin I've committed to deserve you lot. But we have work, and we need you to do some things, at least. We work what we're given. You do as you're told, learn from the veterans, and maybe we can make proper guards out of you, and after all this, we can transfer you out of here and get rid of you for good. But if I catch you shirking or tarnishing the reputation of this precinct, I'll bounce you out of here so hard you'll land in the harbour itself. Clear?
Clear, sir.
Yeah.
Whatever you say, Louis.
He slams his hand down on the table. That's Lieutenant to you.
Right. Of course. It's your show. I do what you say.
Oh, don't take that tone with these young ladies, Louis, or I'll tell your mother.
Again, that's Lieutenant to you
All
as
right,
well. Not Louis.
Lieutenant.
Here's your first assignment. A bunch of dung-heeled wannabe adventurers are smashing up the Tipsy Tengu. Clear it out, book 'em, bonk 'em, fine 'em, just don't kill anyone. He starts shuffling through some papers on his desk. Well, you want me to go hold your hand on the way out there? Get going! Dismissed!
Salutes and just does a quick turn and then just starts marching out of the room.
What's with hard ass over there? He's kind of an
See,
asshole.
Deidre's
They are.
going at a slow pace, but looks over and is like, I'm burning rubber, kids. Let's book them.
Anyway, while I was in that room, do I see anything that would have suggested why he was so grumpy?
You
Already
see,
starting to insight.
you
I
see
see.
accommodation. You see on the wall. This is a makeshift office in a building that's been reclaimed. It hasn't been used for many years, but you see perfectly clean and well furnished. Perfectly clean and well taken care of accommodations on the walls. You see lots of bits and pieces which show that he's very proud of who he is and where he's been. And the room itself looks like no one's lived there for 20 years. The building looks like an old hotel which no one's been in for 20 years. And so he looks quite proud of who he is and what he's done. And then he's got you guys.
The best of the
Like
best.
a dump, Louis.
Wouldn't say best of the best. So the Tipsy Tengu is your first assignment. Should you get through this, you may have a second. And we've got a map here. Let's get that organised and
Ooh.
map.
We're going out into the world.
All they're letting us be road ready.
We're being unleashed.
I don't know about road ready. Let's get you in the map here. Oh boy, that's bad. That's going to be bad. Cross. Unveil the map. Ta-da! A couple bit down there. There we go. So you shouldn't need much time to get in here. I load in.
Mhm.
There we go. So, done that. Moving down. There you go. So when the adventurers arrive in the Titsu Tengu, the splendid spelunkers and the burning banshees are arguing loudly with the people inside. As you walk in, the interior of Tepsi Kangu is a raucous mess of tipped-over chairs, spilled drinks. A motley group of drunken adventurers is the clear cause of this chaos, including a dwarven. In the group is a dwarven bruiser wearing a horned helmet, a sloppy elf in robes, an armoured human, and a leather-clad halfling. As you walk in, the man beside the front door turns. "Oh, there you are! Welcome." The man dressed quite well with an ornate cane, bold blue eyes, leaps to his feet from where he was seated next to the door. "The city's finest have come to deliver us from these churls and belligerents." He lowers his voice conspiratorially and adds, "Honestly, I'd never allow this sort into my hotel, but poor bellboy thought it would add flavour. They certainly have." He sticks his hand out to shake. I believe Deirdre is the closest.
Oh, I've not met you before, and like sticks out like a wrinkled hand and lets you.
He takes your hand gently.
What a nice young man.
Hendred Patchett, proprietor of the Dreaming Place. Also, the Dreaming Palace. This is my associate, Ralso, and he nods to a hard-looking half-orc woman. "We thought we'd come down and enjoy a quiet dinner and drinks before the opening day of festivities tomorrow. So much for rest and relaxation, though, hey?" And just then, a cup suddenly smashes the man in the face from across the room.
Ooh.
He clutches his bleeding nose. "Right then, I'll let you to it," as he starts slowly moving towards the door with his half-orc, holding him up underneath his arm and just help him out the front door. And there we have.
All right.
Looks like we have some rabble rousers in here.
Do they seem to be armed?
They do seem to be armed.
They're
The
adventurers.
man with the dwarf, I believe, with a horned helmet, has a big axe on his hip.
I'm
Okay.
taking notes. Like the moment we walked in, I had a little notepad out and I'm like writing notes about like destruction to public property, disturbing the peace, assaulted a citizen of the town. It's like racking up those notes.
Okay. Keeping a hand on my hilt, I'll call out, "You there. You currently destroying property, trespassing, and do you have a license for that?"
The group is still chuckling over what's just happened. "It's just a bit of alehouse fun, that's all."
Well, what you call fun is actually against the
Destruction of public
laws.
property, causing public distress.
Not
Now-
distressed. We're the only ones in here. We're the only public in here, so I think you can just go and leave us be. We're having a bit of fun here.
Yeah, the owners are very upset and don't want you in here.
You can
And if
just
they don't want you in here, that makes you trespassers.
you can just see behind the bar, the top of just the top of the head of a woman who just doesn't want to be seen right now.
Over here.
Over there, yes.
Okay. So I think Shireen's gonna try to talk to these adventurers, like schmooze them a little bit. because that's my skill, is kind of going in. So I'm going to say to just whoever, it's clear that you're just a bunch of brave adventurers who have made your way into the city here.
Yes, brave adventurers we are.
Clearly, I can tell. Now,
We are
as
the
you know,
Spectre Spelunkers.
of
And
course-
another one just
Oh,
slaps him
that's
on the back head. And
That's a great name.
the elf says, no. We're the Burning Banshees. And
Ooh, that's so
suddenly they're just at each other's throat. And they don't have a name yet, it seems. Not really that good of adventurers. But we've just returned from the outskirts. The fortress castles on the outsides. We had our first dungeon, and we are heroes. The barbarian, or the man with the spiked horn says, but we didn't. And he just seems really annoyed that, and he starts saying, but I needed to kill someone. That was the idea. I didn't get to kill anything in that dungeon. I needed to kill someone. You can see on the table, not just the amount of drinks, and there's quite a large amount of drinks, but there's other things on the table. Deirdre, can I have a craft check, please?
Oh yeah. What
Arts
you
and
don't
crafts.
arts and crafts. Deidre's
Arts and
been
crafts.
with her time off with the grandchildren of exploring a lot of new hobbies recently. Some of them were
Oh, you've got the void dice.
no the dice into the
The
void.
void dice, which have no things. So crafting skill. You notice that there's some vials, like on the table, which are not alcoholic, but they're empty, and in front of the horned man, they seem to be like alchemical, and they look like they'd be like stimulants.
Oh, you've been trying to chase the green dragon.
Oh,
Puffing
it wasn't
up.
green. He was a black dragon.
Oh, but no, puffing up on those healing salts. Wink. You shouldn't be doing. Are these legal? The legal.
Of course they're
puffins?
legal. Of course they're legal.
Do you have a
Mind
prescription
if-
for them?
Yeah.
I
Mind
don't
if I
need a
give them a
prescription.
sniff?
Oh, young one. Sorry. Oh dear. If you have a sniff of those things, you'll have a heart attack and you will be gone.
Oh, don't you worry about me. I've been practicing with some of these reagents, and I'll slowly start moving my hand out to grab it.
Sharon, can I have a perception, please? As
Okay.
you're also close to the table, you can see the scene on the table.
Okay, I'll get that for you here. Perception. I should know by now. Here we go.
As like you can see a young heart. Yeah. As like you can see,
I have
Yeah.
a +7 for God's sakes.
you can see a halfling woman, not really ducking, but totally not standing up straight behind behind the bar. She's just keeping a low profile. She
Yeah.
acknowledges your existence, but just doesn't want to be in the firing line in case things go badly.
Considering that they're armed in reality, I'm just going to keep my hand on the hilt and interpose myself between them and the halfling woman.
As for the perception check, you can see the table. A lot of them have, like, the adventurers here have, let's say, quite a lot of alcohol on the table. And the in front of the sloppy elf is probably the best way of putting it. There seems to be like they've got shot glasses, all drank, and all the shot glasses seem to make a picture. And it looks like a giant horse with wings.
So they're adventurer artists, huh?
To Deirdre, it's not a giant horse with wings. It really isn't.
Oh, I see. That's just what I see.
That's just
I don't know what I'm
that's what that's the shape that you think it is.
I see. Can you believe this giant horse with wings here? That's pretty amazing. But seriously, back to important stuff here, adventurers.
Taylor's gonna be like, we're going to have to request that you please lay down your arms and step away from the premises so that we can like we need to press you for charges for breaking public property, harassing the general public, and causing great discomfort to the halfling over there behind the bar.
She's good, huh?
The Bellboy, she loves us here. We're spending all our coin. It's all good. She loves us. And as you just see the top of their head going from about there up.
And it's like totally like robotic, like trying to remember and read it from the book. It's like, please lay down your arms and step away from the table.
We just need some music. Music and dancing. Can any of you sing? There's a stand up there for bards. Are you bards? Oh, you're the strippers with the bard at college. You're dressed in uniform. That's it.
Guards. We are agents of the watch here. You need to like respect what we're saying. And again, please lay down your weapon. And then she's gonna like whisper to like Sherry, like, they're normally meant to follow and just put down their weapons when you say that.
We're not laying. If we keep drinking, we might be laying down for a while. But I think we've got a few more hours left in us.
Calm down. You're not in trouble. I'm sure. But we need to take you over to the guardhouse in order to resolve this issue.
I don't think that we can even walk out of here.
Which one?
Can help.
My legs are a bit wobbly. I think we can stay.
Which one is the elf at the table? Is it the one in
elf's
front
on
of
the
me?
back.
Oh, okay. Which one's the one in front of me?
Gibbs.
Skibbs?
Yeah.
Skibbs is, let me say, is the halfling.
I look over to the other halfling. I go, would your mother be and your father be proud of what you're doing here right now? Do I need to go and call them to make sure that you guys are behaved? And I reach over and I reach over and I grip his cheek and I start pinching it. I'm like, you're such a sweet boy and what a handsome man, but I can't believe that you guys are being this rude to these innkeepers. And I make for the ear, like I'm a grab it and bring him down to my level. And I'll be like, look at her. You've made her so sad. You're doing such dishonor to the halfling name. And I'm saying this in halfling, that last part. And I'm like, you need to get your friends and you need to get out of here or we're going to make you get out of here.
Is there a guilt trip skill?
Would that be... I know, right? Which one's the one to let you know that your parents are disappointed in you? Is that diplomacy?
Diplomacy, yeah.
I think that would be diplomacy.
Yeah.
I feel like you should actually combine diplomacy and intimidation into one.
Right. All right. Let's see if I have actual dice this time. Oh, void dice. Maybe I choose a different color. Oh,
Okay.
7. No.
Skibbs reaches back up and grabs both your cheeks. Like, they move so much.
Hey.
And he starts moving. My hands don't do what I want them to do, but your cheeks are so soft and wrinkly. And look,
Only
I can go,
Harold's
and he
allowed
starts-
to touch me like this.
And he starts going like that on your cheeks
Oh, God.
with electricity before he goes back to his drinking.
So I jump right between there.
Would you
and I
like
say,
a drink?
What? I said, look, you can't see. You guys are showing. You're proving to us that you have to move out of here. You're creating a disturbance. You're basically assaulting a police officer.
She did that to me first.
I'm gonna take you and bend you over my knee.
You're
and
not a police officer, so it's not assaulting a police officer if you're not one.
Lady, you're if you were younger, maybe I'd say yes to that. But no.
After being released from being manhandled, you see Deidre's spine straighten up a bit, and she takes a cane and smacks him in the knee like, "Hey, stop that. This is not what we do here. I'm so disappointed. Show me your permits."
Is this how she's going to collect kneecaps?
Apparently. Would you like to do that as a trip?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would try to get him on the, take him out with the cane, trip up his legs so that he falls to the floor.
Okay. So I was just suggesting a trip because he's on a chair. Mm-hmm. So tripping off a chair from someone drunk is maybe a bit easy.
Yeah.
So would that be a opposed check, or is that just a check?
That is for trip. I think that
the rules a bit foreign to me at the moment.
An athletics check against their reflex DC,
which is going to have minuses. Okay.
I'm glad because I've got minuses.
Well, I'm going to say because they're drunk, he's going to have to get a critical to pass. He's going to have to get one higher to pass.
Deidre got a 10.
It's against their DC.
Reflex DC, which is 10 plus their reflex save.
10 plus their reflex save, which is 17.
There's no wine.
I'm gonna say he's drunk. He doesn't have 17. He's got 7. He's got his one slot further down, so he's got 10 less. And he falls off. He falls off his chair, and he's now looking up from the ground. "Hey guys, there's food under here," and starts reaching up towards the underside of his chair, and it looks like gum or something that was stuck on there at some point in its life.
As he reaches up, you see Deidre fumble around the side, and it's been a while since I've had to use these bad boys, and pulls out a set of cuffs and snaps him around his wrist.
"Hey," as the barbarian speaks up again. "Hey, you can't do that. That's kidnapping. You're big and tough now, hiding behind that badge of yours. Come on, take the badge off and let's go rounds."
Shireen just suddenly realizes she doesn't have handcuffs.
You can always assume to have handcuffs.
Yeah.
The most basic.
Especially if we were being told to come on this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we just left the guardhouse.
Awesome.
But you can buy special handcuffs for lots of money.
Yeah, right. I saw that.
So the barbarians just challenged Deirdre, or anyone else that wants to take off their badge and go rounds.
We're not allowed to take off our badges while we're on duty. It's against the rules.
So wait, who's challenging us?
Then come back when you're off duty, and then we'll deal with this. Just go away. We're having our fun.
Well, since we're on duty, you have to come with us. That's what we're trying to say. You have to come with us.
Yeah, you have to come with us. Really, she's right.
You see the elf in the back, the sloppy elf. Seems to be crying. Out of all of them, is certainly the most depressed out of the group. So, but it won't bring it back. It just won't bring it back. And the human next to him just slaps the elf on the back and says, "It's okay, have another drink," and just passes out another drink to the elf.
So I'm going to try to approach these adventurers from a different angle. Then is this the crying person?
Elf's on the other side.
Muriel.
Yes.
Greyleaf.
Muriel.
Okay.
Grey elf.
Muriel.
Greyleaf. Sorry.
Okay. So I understand you guys had an adventure today.
Yeah, we had our first, and it's almost like caught in the throat when she says successful adventure.
Well, that's great. You should be celebrating, right? I mean, okay, right. But not getting carried away. That's really our problem here. So as a kind of adventurer. I wish I were an adventurer like you brave people. I'm just a city guard, but it seems like you're going to need to go home, rest up for your next big job. We're just here to keep the peace.
But he's gone.
Who's gone?
Don't go away. Just go away. Leave us to our misery. Leave us to our drinking.
I will
And he's
say,
corrected by the human on the other side of the table. Our excitement and our drinking, our celebrations. That's the way we've caught. Not misery. We're adventurers now. Drink up.
Yeah, I mean, if we were perfectly confident that you were going to stay calm and quiet and we wouldn't get any more complaints, we would let you be, of course. But I think you've already made too much of a disturbance around here. I mean, clearly you guys know that you're in the city now. And so you're used to big battles, of course, being as brave as you are, but here things are different. You have to really keep it quiet and low key.
But it's a tavern.
Yeah, this isn't working.
Yeah, Taylor's come over to Ezarek and has just like, is going to lean over and just be like, we told them 3 times to come with us and they're refusing. I think that I can now add obstruction to justice on the list of things that they're not doing. And I think this is where the rulebook says that we're allowed to start using force.
Rookie's right. Let's just do it.
I will
I'm
say,
tired of these people.
while they were having their beautiful emotional moment, Deidre picks a cookie out of their pocket, like one of the many that they keep for their grandchildren to have snacks, holds it out in front of the other halfling, and as the other hand comes out, I clap the other wrist in manacles, and I'm like, here you go, dear. And he's handcuffed, just eating a cookie.
It's like the old lady got the first arrest. God damn it.
Don't
Maybe
worry,
we're too soft.
that'll help sober you up. It's been a while since I've been fizzed out on the bubbly juice. I understand, and I just pet his cheek.
Fizzed out on the bubbly juice.
He tries to reach down for something. He says, "Can you go into my pocket? I need. Can you just like?" And
Oh yeah, and I reach in.
There's some thieves' tools there.
Oh, thank you. And I'll grab them. Yeah, go. And I'll put them in my pocket.
No. Bracelets, no. I need help.
I did help you, dear.
No,
You're welcome.
can I have those back so I can...
No, these are mine now. I've confiscated them.
But...
You're in timeout. Sit and think about what you've done.
You can all rest at the station.
Yeah, I think we've
the
put in enough effort here.
Rest is for the weak. And I'm not weak.
Would you prefer to be knocked out? That way you're not sleeping because you're weak.
Look,
You're just
you can
knocked
either come with us the easy way or the hard way. Those are your options.
You can see that the barbarian of the group is actually considering being knocked out as an option.
It's truly it's the way that the strong rest.
The human at the back is like, just let them have their fun. We're all okay here. There's no one else we're disturbing.
That's because they already left and you already chased them out. We saw the people leaving this place as we were approaching.
We're celebrating.
What are you celebrating?
Well, I'm celebrating getting these people drunk. And, well, this one didn't get any kills. The other one here, well, lost his friend.
Do you have a license to kill?
In the city?
Not
in the city. But, like, enemies, monsters, that type of thing.
A question out of character, because I don't know how policing works. I've never broken the law. I'm a good chibi. When you find someone, is it sort of like, do you just give them the slip then and there?
I know
if
you
they-
go through their pockets and take their money.
Like, is it like you've disturbed the peace? This is like you're being charged 100 gold pieces for all the wreckage and damages that you've caused here. Please pay up or you're going to be arrested. Or is it you have to be arrested and still pay the fine?
It's a case of like you take their money or whatever possessions
you
you
take
think
them in
is
and
enough.
paperwork is done at the station.
Or no, you can actually just do it here and now and
Yeah.
take money off them or possessions if you think that's worth, if you think it's needed. Or you can take them back to the station if needed. But yes, you can also just find them on the street and just, how much money you got? Oh, I'll take that. Thank you. That's your fine.
Maybe we just offer them a deal, like you're gonna have to get out of this bar one way or the other. You can pay your fine and go home. In fact, I'm saying this. You can pay your fine and go home, or we're gonna have to arrest you. You know, please don't make us do that. I don't want to be here any more than you want to be here.
The human at the back of the table. It's like, how much is the fine?
Hold on.
Yeah.
How much do you
Does
want?
anybody of
How
us
much,
have
Ricky?
legal law or something?
Heck no.
No, I sure don't.
So okay,
I mean,
because
we would know
I was my character was meant to be like listing them down. Let's go. So we've got damage to public property, damage to the citizens,
Trespassing?
trespassing, illicit substances.
You don't know if they're illicit or not.
It's true. I never got to taste them
Did you want
or
to?
waft them.
Open for
possible-
investigation.
Possible possession of illicit substances. So yeah, public property, citizens trespassing, possible possession of illicit substances, disruption of peace.
Public intoxication.
Yeah, public intoxication, which by the way, I've made a separate file for the owner of the tavern because they really should have stopped serving when it hit a certain point and they continued. So
Wow, this is gonna be a tough beat.
Oh. So,
While they're listing this, you see Deidre. She has this what looks like a notebook that has been taken from a craft store of sorts. It's got like beautiful edges, like nice lines. It's like light purple with like butterflies and stuff. It looks like a craft nightmare had happened, and you see her writing down like thieves tools. And then I talk over to him and I'm like, I trade you the thieves tools for your weapon.
ooh.
ooh, they never confirmed if they had a license for the weapons either, did they?
You haven't asked them.
Oh,
We
no.
have.
Ezrax asked a few times.
Well, they haven't. They haven't.
They haven't answered.
addressed that.
So
They've avoided things.
oh yeah, so that would be obstructing justice.
Yeah. Deal.
All right, can I have the permit that goes with it?
They're only short, so there's no permit needed.
Ah,
He
good
starts
lad.
undoing his belt.
I let it happen. I don't know where this is going.
I don't think we need the whole belt.
But
You-
the belt goes with the weapons as his pants fall down.
Oh, what a nice dear. I wrap the thieves' tools in the ticket. I hand it over. I reach down into the pants.
4
take
daggers.
4. How many are they? I thought it was 2.
He's got 4 daggers on his belt.
Oh, thank you, dear. And I retract back with 4 daggers. I'm like, I gave it back to him. Here's your
Okay.
thieves. tables, and it's got
Thank
the piece
you.
of paper that is his ticket wrapped around them as he got it, but on my beautiful stationery.
So,
Now, come outside with us. You all need some fresh air.
I guess they're at around 35 gold pieces each for the fines.
no, I'll give you 10.
It's not really
Why?
a negotiation, but
Do you only have 10?
12?
No. Trying to bargain with a police officer.
He puts a coin pouch on the table. So that's all I've got. This is the human from the other side of the table, Antonio.
Oh,
The one that's calling it a celebration rather than anything else.
I will approach and like reach over to take the coin pouch, and I'm also like tearing off the fine slip that's detailing all the things, and I'm just gonna like quickly check the coin pouch. How much is in it?
It's more than 10, but it's less than 20. Can I get a religion roll, please, for you?
A religion roll.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh God.
nice.
I'm distracted
God,
counting
we are
shiny.
doing so
Ooh.
badly. What?
We are
On
living
it.
up to the fact that
On
we are
it.
the best of the best.
Yeah.
Okay.
God.
At least we're using up all the ones in non-combat stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
So Game Reaper, you know the religions of this. I've only got one religion which I know well, like a little bit of. You'll know a lot more. What would be the opposite of Caden, Carolyn,
Caden Collane.
Oh.
Colleen,
Like,
the god of alcohol and drinking and celebrations? What would be the opposite of that? Because that's what you think he is, not what he is.
Um,
Caden Colleen, he's got a symbol on on his on a badge which has the god of Caden
Yeah.
Colleen, which is the god of drinking.
I guess
You think it's the
Abda?
opposite of that? Well, that would be it. What would that god be then? The god of
the god of civilization, coins.
and slavery?
No,
No?
that's Asmodeus.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, maybe Asmodeus then.
Yeah, the god of pride, contracts, tyranny, and slavery.
Yeah.
A literal devil.
Yeah. So you think it's the opposite, is what I'm saying. Because I don't know the gods of Pathfinder as well as I do for Faerun. And Dungeons & Dragons. But, so that was the religion roll. That was what that was for. But yes, you picked up the coin purse. It's, as I said, less than 20, more than 10. And it's gold. And he seems to be the only one with a coin purse at the table. He's the one buying drinks for everybody. So we can go now,
It was meant
or
to
can
be
we stay
each.
here?
It was each.
You
That's
can't
all we
stay
got.
here.
I'm the coin purse holder. That's what we got from our excursion into the dungeons.
I believe the book says that if you're unable to pay the fine in full, then you must also come with us to the guard station, where you will then spend the night in confinement to pay for your crimes.
It's the drunk tank, dears. That's what they call it. It's called the drunk tank.
The
Taylor looks so confused.
elf in the back of the table goes,
Oh, you've not heard of the drunk tank? That's where we always put the rowdy runs.
the elf in the back of the table goes, how big's the tank and how much alcohol does it contain?
It contains up to about 6 individuals worth of alcohol, but you have to go to the drunk tank to get into it.
The barbarian in front of Taylor slams his hand against the table. I'm in.
I can get you in for free, but you have to come with me.
Let's go. Let. And he picks up the halfling by the manacles.
Oh,
and he
what
starts
a
dragging
strong
the
lad.
human.
Thank you for coming with me. You're going to love it. Would you also like any snacks on the way there?
Snacks.
I've got some orange slices in here, and you see him pull out like a little pouchy full of orange slices. You can have some of these on your way to the drunk tank. It might make the drunk tank taste better.
Yeah.
I want to
The alcoholic.
Taylor is like looking at Deidre, like, how is she managing to like do this? This is totally not by the rule book, WTF, and is going to try to take a page from her book. And as the barbarian is like carrying like Skeb, she's gonna be like, to enter the drunk tank, you have to have these special wristbands to show that you're invited in, and she's just gonna try to medical.
Oh, who are you doing this with?
Yes.
Which one?
The barbarian. She's like gonna like look up at him and just be like, "You have to wear the special wristbands to show that you've got a ticket."
It's true. Only the halfling can get in right now.
Can I get a negotiation, please? A diplomacy, yes.
Hold on. I think this would be deception.
Or deception, if you'd like. If you've got better needs, I won't mind.
I've got better diplomacy. Please
Yeah.
don't try to take this away from me, Game Reaper.
Excuse me.
We could have done it secret diplomacy or secret negotiation, and then like the first it fails is when the slap comes out. But no, 23 is sufficient. He goes, okay, put him on me.
This is Taylor is just like suddenly bright-eyed as she's like, "This is my first arrest," and just like gently puts them on.
Enjoy it, kid.
He's like, Tyler, come on, I'm a man.
Click. I was like,
Feels pretty good, huh? Yeah, it does.
like, and pulls out another little like notebook, and this one's not like the little like fine writing one. It's like looks like maybe a personal diary. It's like, "Made my first arrest." Puts it away.
Oh, what a bunch of strong adventurers. Come on now, dears. Let's go. The drunk tank awaits.
Okay, with
And Taro starts moving. He seems to be the only he's drunk, but he knows what he's doing more than anything, and he just accepts his fate and it's like, "Come on, let's go then. Party's over. They're going to take all of our money."
You can party on in the drunk tank. Wouldn't be the first time it's happened. Come on. And you just see her like doing like a little granny, like, "Come on, children, let's go."
And it's the cleric of the group which accepts the fate and encourages the other to get out of here. And we'll end the scene with at least with the drunks there.
Wait, I approached the halfling innkeeper and I put a fine slip on the table. It's like 5 gold. Sorry, 4 gold, one for each adventurer, because continuing to serve alcohol to intoxicated people is not responsible.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so that changes things. I was going to have... So, as the drunks are at least walked outside, I'm assuming Taylor is the one that goes to the last one in there, speaking to Bellberry. She comes up above the bar and looks down and is like, "Is it clear? Are they gone?"
Yeah, we've done our arrest, yes.
Thank you for everything. We tried to start attracting adventurers for more coin, and I don't think we're going to do that again. I think we're going to just try to work with the festival crew. And she looks down at the paper and like flips something. I was going to say, come back anytime, free of charge, like drinks for free of charge, but
You guys are assholes.
bye.
Just think about this as for knowing in future, because if you do decide to have adventurers, you need to know when to stop serving them to stop it from getting to this point. It's all about prevention.
We're a bar. We sell alcohol.
Yeah,
It's a
You're telling
first
us
day
not
on
to
the
sell
job.
alcohol?
No, you need to know when to stop selling it to the people who are off their faces.
They had their own as well.
This is why you have policies about not bringing your own alcohol, and they can only buy things that are provided by the. You mean you allow? Do you have like a BYO like service? Then
No, we're a bar. We sell alcohol.
why did you
Why
let
would we
them
have a
bring in
BYO?
alcohol if they're not even buying from you?
They had weapons.
They can dispute
They're
the
adventurers.
charge with coercion.
The NPC can.
Yeah.
Deidre's just having a lovely conversation with the cleric as we
Yeah.
kind of party.
Taylor
people
is
along.
just the only one behind.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
the
by
rest of us
myself
are-
trying to uphold the law.
While the rest of us are escorting four drunkards.
So
It's up to you if you'd like to pay this now, if you want to take the slip to the guard station later on after your shift, because I understand that you're working right now. But yeah, I hope you've learned your lesson as well.
Shireen's just got her hand and
Why do I have a feeling Taylor was bullied a lot as a child?
because
I know, right?
I have older siblings!
They're all older siblings, all 20 of them.
The youngest of the litter.
That's right, litters, cats. That's right, yeah.
Milmino in chat is like, what are their health and safety regulations like? Are there rats in the kitchen? It's like,
Yeah,
we should
like-
do a spot survey.
don't give the
No,
rookie any ideas.
I'm not a health and safety officer. It's fine.
What
Not
would
yet.
the FDA say?
Oh god.
Oh boy. So Taylor, you get out with I think it was a $4 fine.
For gold. I
For
was like,
gold.
he selling extra alcohol to 4 people, 1 gold each. Why not?
Plus the 17 gold off from the coin pouch.
Uh-huh.
And that unless you're taking extras, although the 4 daggers were taken.
Deidre's got 4 daggers.
So I just want to point out
Confiscated.
that the
4
pay for the
daggers.
Edgewatch, the pay for the Edgewatch, isn't very good. It was advertised to be amazing, but it's not very good. So the pay comes from their fines, and their confiscations, to pay fines or profits of misdeeds, etc. So this is kind of how the system will be working, where the players will be fining and getting that money, well, at least part of that money of the fine. So it's kind of their own pay. Is their version of adventuring pay, because adventurers just steal everything. But yes, I just wanted to point that out. They're not just stealing money. That's kind of how the system will be working, and how the adventurer plans the income. So yes, are you going to take anything else off these people?
On the way there, I'd be like, "Oh, you strong, handsome barbarian! Have you showed us your permit for that large great axe?"
I've got a
Yeah.
permit, and it's been locked away. It's tied up. I can't even use it while in this district.
What a
Anyway,
good lad! You're just the best. And I just pat him on like the shin, because that's as tall as she can reach. It's like, that's a good boy.
Yeah. Also, we probably would have taken some of those files as evidence.
Send him to the lab.
Yeah.
And
I am the lab.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
no, there is a lab. There is an
Send him
actual
to the-
lab. There's a forensics lab. With your skill before of what it was as well, it's a stimulant. It's a
It's a standard stimulant.
Yeah. But it's legal. It's a stimulant.
It's like caffeine, but a little extra.
Caffeine for a barbarian is not a good thing, though.
Yeah, caffeine rage.
Yeah, yeah.
Hopped up 3 shots of Nitro's cold brew, raging out.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, something like that. So is there anything else you're taking off them? You've got the stimulants, you got the daggers, you got the 21 gold. Booking takes a while. You have to go through procedures. You have to go through everything else. They ask you why. You asked why you even brought them back.
They need to.
We promised them the drunk tank.
We promised them.
Couldn't you just find them and let them leave and let
They
them
didn't
go?
have enough money.
Take
They
their
weren't
armor.
leaving. They weren't going anywhere. We had to bring them in.
Look at that one. He's got
forced
a
her.
breastplate. That would have been enough. No. Oh. So, you look at what they've got, you evaluate how much it's worth, and then you take it. Seize it. Use that for the fines. They don't have enough coin in the coin pouch, just use it as fines. It's okay. We'll have it resold, and you'll get your percentage. It's okay. Just make sure you go through to the quartermaster, make sure they know what you've taken, make sure it's also on your forms and everything, and your percentages will be given to you probably tomorrow, next day when they can.
You know, this would be a lot easier if you just paid us like normal amounts.
Look, there's politics involved from what I hear, but from what I believe in the other districts, the taxes from location, like from the people that dwell in that area, they actually pay for the guard, and thus we don't have people living here yet. So we've just got all these temporary people from the festival who aren't really being taxed because they're festival goers. So this is what it is.
Thanks for the civics lesson.
Well, you asked.
Yeah, I guess I did.
While that's going on, Deidre will try to trade the belt for the thieves' tools. Not the daggers, just the belt.
Just the belt for the thieves' tools.
Just the belt. And I'll be like, oh, what a kind gentleman.
He has spent pretty much most of the time, just like the little tiny walks where you pants around your ankles. He spent that because he's not really bothered with having his pants around his ankles.
What if you had your trousers up, son? Would you like that?
Do a diplomacy, please.
Yeah.
We'll
Make
see if
you
you get thieves' tools as well.
make
we
you a
just-
switch.
Have you just figured out how valuable thieves' tools are?
I did.
Yeah.
15.
I think
Oh,
that's
yay, my
enough.
dice showed up.
Yes. Awesome. I think that's enough. Because he is drunk. So I would say yes, 15 would be enough against the drunkard.
I go, thank you, Sonny. I hope you have a good time adventuring. Was it Mildred was an adventurer and she had such a lovely time until she got drafted. Have a good one.
Bye, Nana.
Bye, dear. And I give him a cookie to go.
He
Nice,
gratefully
these
accepts
tools.
cookies. So the booking process is done. I'm assuming you're giving everything back.
Yeah.
We'll assume you're being above board. And we're going to have a quick break. So we're not going to do a full, big, long 4-hour episode. We'll have a quick break. We'll be back shortly. Please stick around. We'll have a few of our cutscenes and whatnot in our break to keep you entertained. Some of the highlights we've had in previous shows and some of the other stuff we do on the channel. So thank you for being here. And we'll be back soon. So bye.
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 Hi everybody, we're back. So thanks for sticking around. We're back to our part 2 of our first episode of Guard's Tale. Our take on the adventure path for the Agents of Edgewatch. It's right in front of me. I'm not reading right in front of me. It's Agents of Edgewatch adventure path from Paizo. So, hi. Everyone, you're also on screen, by the way. Just to
Hey.
Hey.
We're back.
Didn't know.
Hi.
They,
I didn't mean to be rude.
I didn't
Hello.
tell- No, it's me not telling them. Because they're used to me just going to the screen for me because I talk a lot. But no, that was me bad. So we're back after our first night of our first night being sent out to clean up a bar, where you ended up cleaning up the bar, taking stuff and negotiating, trading stuff off the people, getting them convinced that the drunk tank is a great place to be, and
how did we do
finding the
that?
establishment. So they're not going to be calling you again.
At least not for drunk and disorderly adventurers.
No, probably not. But you get 110 experience for that. You will be getting some income. I'll get that worked out as well.
Hey.
And you get to sleep the night in the barracks, in the
That's fine.
precinct, with all the other guards.
I wanted to go home so I could see the grandchildren. Why am I still here?
Or did you want to go home to see the grandchildren for your sleeping?
Yes.
It's a long walk.
You know what? They can wait.
It can come
I'm
to you.
tired.
It's been a long day, a hard day's work for Timmy, and you know what? They can wait a minute.
I just want to point out as well, in the break, everyone was still in character for quite a while. They were discussing things in character.
It's hard to
about what
step
happened.
out.
It was interesting.
Again, just possessed. She got me by the throat. I can't help it.
So we start in the morning with you all getting up ready for work. It's still pretty early, about 7 o'clock. A lot of the more experienced officers, they're already up in the shower, they're ready. They're just cleaning their beds, making sure everything's nice and worked. And that's about when the time you guys wake up. Because it's maybe not normal for you, or your bones may be hurting or aching from the night before, etc. I know some of you might be going, yes, I'll get up bright and early, but narrative is mine.
It's been a long time since I had a 9 to 5. I don't know if this is gonna work for me.
Yeah. You get everything ready. You get your bed straightened up, and the morning's kind of a rush in the barracks. Like, there's people everywhere, all the sergeants, all the officers, people that don't have family nearby or houses nearby. This is where they all sleep. So later you may be moving out of the barracks once you've got the money to actually have a place of your own. Who knows? You may get your own tavern where you can get fined for selling drinks. Maybe.
Only to drunk people.
If you sell
In a
drinks, they're
bar.
drunk. So if you sell them, they're then drunk, and that's like fines, apparently.
It's in the book. What are you gonna do?
Responsible
I mean,
serving of
yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
story checks out.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like you're getting your RSA.
I do love it. I do love it.
Yeah.
I actually was thinking about doing that years ago. But anyway, I know you.
We'll
are
tell you now,
both-
you would fail.
There's a difference between me and the GM. There's not much, but just a little bit. You essentially, you get yourself ready. You get you put yourself. Oh, sorry. You get yourself ready, and you find yourself a table at the Edgewatch, in front of the Edgewatch duty board with all of the other officers and whatnot, and agents of Edgewatch. The duty board is essentially a board planked onto a wall in the middle of the station where Sergeant Olo gives details about the assignments and what's going on and gives you patrol routes and shifts, etc. for the day. So, and he starts, though the fair has been gathering steam for months with many exhibitors setting up early, this is the Radiant Festival's first official day. The streets of Edgewatch team with... the streets outside the Edgewatch headquarters team with people already. So please be careful. We have a lot of new people to the area, a lot of new people to the city, and please, you're also representatives of the city. So make sure you think of that when doing everything today. This is the first day, so be careful, but be vigilant. Olo starts giving out roaming routes, assignments for the day, and you're essentially left to last once again as the rookies of the unit.
When are we going
You get
to
no respect
solve
at all.
crimes?
Looking around, it's like you seem that this is going to be maybe a pattern for a while, as everyone that is there, you see people that are from your own precincts. They're always from like the higher ups of your own precincts. There's no one near your rank in the Edgewatch. Like there's no one this low down in the Edgewatch. It's only you. It's only this group here.
Chosen ones.
Right. So
You would think with so much seniority, I would have gotten a bit more of a promotion. They told me that this would be an upgrade. I mean, Timmy's knees aren't going to fix themselves, you know. He's still but a youngin'. He's got so much life left to live. I'd give him my own knees if I could, but
your knees are
still-
going to.
my knees also could use some replacing, if we're going to be honest.
Right.
So Ezarek was asking Olo about...
Yeah. When are we going to be solving the crimes?
You'll be given your jobs when you're given... Look, prove yourself worthy of solving crimes and get some experience, get some actually idea of how to solve crimes, then maybe you'll be put in a position where you can solve crimes. But right now, you're going to be put onto the beat. You're going to be familiarizing yourself with the city, and you're going to be walking around and being nice to people. Make sure everyone that has weapons have it peace tied or peace knotted, and make sure they also have a license, and generally just keep an eye out for pickpockets and con artists and etc. So we also hear that people are selling tickets to the festival, so just be aware of that, although that's mostly for outside. I wouldn't expect people to be selling tickets inside the festival for the festival. It's a free festival. Just pointing that out if you don't know. But yeah, just familiarize yourself with the district, keep an eye out for any trouble, and don't cause any problems. If you get some experience behind you, then maybe you can solve crimes. But you need to learn how to first. You need to prove yourself worthy.
I already know how to. I've done it.
You may have done it in your own district, and you may be famous over there, but right now, you're just who you are, which
Yeah, I'm
is
starting to
nothing.
get that idea. I'm starting to understand that.
Yeah. And there's been people here that have been in the guard for many, many more years than you.
Really? I'd love to meet them.
Yeah, right.
I think I'm on my 5th decade of service.
Okay. So
We could make a club, make a knitting circle. Yeah.
So
doesn't know what to say.
While they're doing that, I'm looking at the duty board, and is it just like a case where like there's just papers stuck to it in all haphazard ways? I'm
Yes.
going to start rearranging it into alphabetical order.
Okay. Are you
it
doing
does
this
look more
subtly? You're
organized.
in the middle of the this is the open desk area.
Yeah,
Like
and
the
it's
open-
like we were last, so I feel like we're the only
Yes.
ones around it at the moment. So I'm just like, I'll just clean up a little bit, make it more orderly.
Okay.
So
So-
helpful, dear.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that. It looks better. Nice job.
And of course, Ezra sees everything that's out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
You see that there was an order to everything, and it's being moved out of order. You also see that yes, there are on that is the reports about the tickets being sold and watch out for con artists, etc. But it's other gates. They're specifically listed for gates and things like that, where they believe it is. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the follow.
Hey.
Thanks.
So thanks,
Just like
Chrisus GTV. I probably pronounced that really badly, but
Hey,
thank
yeah.
you for the follow. Thank you for joining the Goblin Horde. We need as many goblins as possible to fight off the kobolds, which keep on destroying my system.
Do you stop Taylor from wrecking the order that she didn't realize was there?
I will. As soon as you start, I'm like, hey, no. If you see here, this goes over here because, etc.
It refers to this section and the grouping together.
Can we see on the board how much fines other teams have collected to see how
No.
we kind of rank?
Is there
them?
like a tally?
Is there
Yeah.
a ranking?
Yeah.
Where we rank?
Where are we on the
Yeah.
leaderboard?
Yeah, I feel
Right?
like we should have more money.
Oh, what's on our group's name?
There,
We didn't have-
there's no tally. There's no leaderboard.
We can make one.
But if you overfine, then you'll get in trouble, and you'll get chewed out by the lieutenant.
Hey, only fair fines. Only fair.
Anyway,
about it.
while I'm at the board, do I see anything interesting on it? Like,
You see a couple of things, because these are things you see on my. You see a couple of things about disappearances, people going missing. There's petty crimes, there's things like that. There was an arson attempt yesterday, but not really anything major. There's no murders or anything like that. Probably the biggest thing was, the arson attempt.
See, do we have a set path that we go down, or are we just?
Well,
kinda-
that's what it is. You're going to be given a walking journey around the precinct to learn the areas, and I'm going to zoom in the map so you can go wee and even more because this map's tiny,
I don't.
and then move it across to
Yeah.
there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Hey.
Map.
On
So this is
map.
the
On
map of the Precipice Quarter.
Oh, there's my old town, the Ivy District.
There we go.
Can't go back there.
So Precipice Quarter, which I'm always going to keep struggling with, it's just a small, tiny section of Absalom itself. And Absalom is pretty much the biggest city in the world. I think it is the biggest city. And if you compare it to something like a Faerun's Waterdeep, this is bigger, much bigger. I believe the source book is going to be double the size of the world book for actual Pathfinder 2. When it comes out. That's what I hear. So you're going to be starting the Precipice Quarter. I'm just going to hide the actual Precipice Quarter so I can draw on the map a little bit. There we go. It's still there, just you don't see it. So we're going to have a walking route to draw around. We're going to start in the central. You're going to walk around.
Are we meant to be able to see it?
When I let go, you will.
Okay.
And there. Should be able to see it now.
Oh yeah, I can see it.
Yeah?
That's a
There
long
it is.
path.
So that's your duty for the day of essentially walking around the Precipice Quarter. And anything that happens, happens. Anything that doesn't happen may still happen, but not necessarily in the same chronological order. That's a butchered quote. I'm sorry. I love Douglas Adams. So sorry.
All right.
So, fellow rookies, let's get to work, huh? Let's get out of here.
Let's jet, shall we?
Let's go serve and protect, huh?
Of course. And like just walk smartly out of the guard station.
Yep. So
At a slower, sedate pace.
with the walking, I think we need to have shorter routes because we've got Deirdre on the group.
Oh, don't you worry. Just wait until I put it into maximum overdrive.
What, you going to multi-class to monk?
Yeah. Just to get stuff in the wind.
I was gonna say like no. It's like the rest of us do
Or-
like the fast pace, and then Deirdre is like the careful eye at the back, just making sure if we missed anything, she'll catch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or Deirdre is using their alchemy skills to good use.
Yes. Is imp crafting in the back as well.
How about them
Haste.
stimulants, eh?
No. There's been a couple of things of my own make that I've been working on. I think they're going to be a great hit. You'll see, dearies.
Hey, I'm game. Let's go. Let's go see. Let's
Yeah.
go do some stuff.
Yeah, so we're keeping an eye out for, what was it, pickpockets, people trying to sell tickets. Was there anything
But you're
else?
also inside the cities, inside the festival, so that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and keeping an eye out for people with weapons that they shouldn't have.
And just keeping an eye out for any disturbances.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, about an hour into your stroll, or saunter along, you come across a section which is a bit more open in the precinct, which there's a lot of food vendors that are attracting the festival goers for the first day of the festival. And you hear some shouting at a little bit of a distance, but on top of the shouting, you also can see some smoke rising up from the distance in the same direction as the shouting.
Oh, dear.
Okay. I'm just going to start running in that direction.
I look at Deirdre and I'm like, maximum overdrive.
You just see the hobble goes a little bit faster. It's still a hop, so like it would be like regular walking pace now. Just like, oh, maximum overdrive. And it's just like hobbling forward.
Okay. So I'm going to have Deirdre at the back.
Yes, as you should.
And
Deidre
I'm
will
going
always
to move
be
the
in the
others a bit
back.
forwards then. Okay. So smoke and profanities rise up from a cluster of food stores near a park overlooking the harbour. The commotion centres around two particularly decrepit booths and tents that are across from each other. Each little more than piles of haphazardly nailed boards, their peripheries scorched and smouldering. Suddenly a clay pot flies across the intervening space, smashing against one of the scorched stalls and splattering flaming oil across the others, across the other area.
Oh, dear gods.
Where did that pot come
Yeah.
From there, and it landed over here, where the smoke currently is.
From where?
I'm not seeing the arrow.
From there,
Oh, there it is.
and it went to here.
Okay, I'm going to
We're
move
gonna
around to
toward
get
that.
a better look. Okay.
As you can hear profanities. If you don't speak Goblin, you can still think it's profanities that are being yelled at each other between two Goblin food vendors, cooks.
I speak Goblin.
Well, you know it's profanities, but the others can just
Yeah.
assume it is. But it's
Oh.
bad.
What a bunch of potty mouths, these
Yeah.
little
Are they armed?
rapscallions.
You as you look to see if they're armed, another pot flies across and lands in the other tent, splashing flaming oil.
Yes, they are armed with flaming oil.
Okay. Yeah.
Kayla's gonna. Oh, if you do what you're
So
doing.
there's
Yeah.
Didn't realize
Stop!
that's there.
You're under arrest.
Just like that.
I didn't realize there's dynamic lighting there. Under arrest him, says the one that threw the actual threw the pot. He's taking my spot. I am the person that's supposed to be selling goblin food here, not him. I was here first. I've been here for a month. This place does not have enough room for 2 goblin vendors. It is my cuisine that everybody wants. And you can see that, well, yes, there's fire and smoke out there, and there's no people actually queuing up for their food. You can also see in the footprints around their store, there's not much foot traffic around their stores as well. I was here for, and he throws another pot, this time not flaming, but he throws another pot in that direction.
First of all, you have to stop throwing pots that could potentially start fires. We're here to help.
A
We're with the
cleaver
guards.
gets thrown back.
Oof.
Misses, but it cuts the tent.
I start like telling the people who are gathered around, like, please disperse. We're the guard. We're gonna take care of this. Please step back. Just please keep a distance. Keep safe.
Okay, with the cleaver being thrown, I am going to draw my rapier. Okay, you both need to come down and come with us. This can either be easy or hard.
There's like, who are you? You're not the food police.
Now we're
The
the
police.
police.
Arrest
We're
him.
police.
Yeah.
The other one says, arrest him. I was here first.
I'll finally make my way over after a couple of seconds, and Goblin, I'll be like, I need to see both of your papers, please.
Oh, that sounds very. Cops
Papers?
asking to see your papers.
Oh,
Papers.
Absalom just taking a
Defendants,
dark
you don't
turn.
need papers.
No,
No
your
one hears-
sorry, the papers for your stalls, because then we can determine who was here first.
I was here first. Everybody knows that I was here first. And the other one that's now in the stores on fire is like, I was here first. And, like,
But I need to
ask
see
anyone here.
your vendor's license.
worry about the papers later. We
You
need
don't
to-
understand some good paperwork. Paperwork is the foundation of police work.
Kayla is like nodding furiously
We
at that.
need-
Like, yes, absolutely.
Let's take them both in and then we'll sort this out later.
So I've got names here I need to put in. I didn't realize I got names there. There we go. So Pelmo is the one which the store's on fire. And let's get this one's name in. Not Goblin War Chanter. Sorry, reusing maps. And Grunker is like, he's the one claiming that he was there first. And now Pelmo is also claiming he was here first.
Why
Pelmo's Pickles.
why don't you both work together?
Work together. What, are you crazy? Do you know what he's like? Look, I was here first. He's not even close to my skill in cuisine. He can't even cook. He's gathering ingredients from the ground. I grab it from the garden.
Come with us. You can sort it out at the station. For now, you're both under arrest.
And I would like to approach another vendor who is nearby, and I would like to take a statement from them about the series of events that took place and who was here first.
Okay.
That you're doing that out of order.
What do you mean?
The series
You're
of events-
supposed to make the arrest first.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
you're doing that. I'm like, well, while you're doing that, I'm gonna start talking to the people around.
If you go for the arrest, you think that conflict may arise. At
More
this
than
stage.
already?
As in, if you try to call them, conflict may arise.
Okay,
This
so I'm
is
gonna-
considering there's a fire, this is a bit of an extreme situation. They both need to be put into manacles, and then we deal with the fire.
Can I get a
Deal with the
perception
fire
from
first?
Shirin, Ezric?
Yeah.
Oh no, so from Shirin and Deirdre.
Okay.
Not Ezric, because you're on the other side of the tent.
Okay.
Deidre's perceptive.
And Deirdre, if you could also do craft.
I
If you
can
would like.
craft.
What is wrong
Yes.
with me?
I love crafting.
Because crafting's also alchemy, and alchemy
It
knows
is.
that the ingredients in those barrels could be quite explosive if lit on fire.
Oh,
Yeah, we should be dealing with the
No.
fire first.
Says the person taking statements.
Yeah, no. Sorry, I didn't realize the fire was like growing. I thought it was just smoke.
So seeing this chain reaction that's going to happen, Deidre starts patting down.
ahead,
You
Nikia.
see this little clutch that
Okay.
she carries on her shoulder. She's patting down and like reaching in it. She pulls out what looks to be almost like what you would assume is a medicine vial. And she goes, yes, this one. Everyone needs to chill out. And then throws it at the fire. And it is a frost vial.
Ooh.
Frost vial. I have never even
Wow.
heard of frost vial.
Frost vial is an alchemical item that I can make. And it is one of the at first level, and it's one of the ones I took. So let me do inventory.
That's just perfect.
There you go.
It may just be perfect. May. Now, does it say anything about water? Because if it's water, you're throwing water onto an oil fire.
It does not. It is a cold splash.
It rapidly absorbs heat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's
That's why
perfect.
it rapidly absorbs heat when exposed to air. So I will throw it. The vial shatters. You get like a nice hint of like spearmint
Yes.
smell coming from it, like refreshing,
Wow,
and
that's
very
perfect.
tingling a little bit, and it starts to spike out and starts sucking in some of the flames. Be like, I remember when I was first learning to cook. I've caused quite a few fires myself trying to make dinners for Harold. It's understandable, dearies, but you gotta be careful.
So I'm going to minimize that file and put it into 2 different locations because you've gotten most of it on one location the way it was.
I go,
That was the
we
worst.
we need someone if could bring some dirt here maybe, or flour to help put out this fire. Don't use liquid.
Ezric, you see Grunker reaching over for another pot.
No more.
But look, he's destroying my business for what he's. The district doesn't have room for 2 vendors for goblins. Only one. I was here first.
Okay, I'm just going to walk up to him and make the arrest.
You and my friend. Are you doing it rough, or are you doing it are you doing it rough, or are you doing it soft? Like diplomacy or intimidation to try to get him to.
I think I'm going to just start off.
Or you're not even asking, you're just going to use something like either acrobatics or athletics to just physically wrestle him in.
Okay.
Which ones?
Yeah, I think I'm going to use acrobatics for this just try and get behind him and put on the manacles.
So you try to just duck behind him and put on manacles to before he can even react. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you, Spectre of the Table. Welcome in. And because you have subscribed, everybody gets a hero point.
Oh,
Nice.
thank you.
Remember that hero points are temporary, or at least some of them are. So please use them. But thank you so much for that.
All right.
Yeah, thanks.
So you duck around and you try to just quickly get the manacles on him before he can reach for something else. You see, most of his tent is pots of burning oil. He fries things, and
He's a deep fryer.
And the deep fryer is a lot bigger than what it should be. And there's lots of things floating in it.
Okay.
Lots of things you wouldn't eat.
Yeah. First things first. Yeah, I'm putting the manacles on him.
Yep.
So
you can just do a roll. I'm not going to... Yeah. 14 is enough to quickly just get behind him and get the manacles in before he knows what's going on. He's under arrest. And if you're playing Payday 2, he needs to then somehow capture a cop to then trade. I don't know. I'm playing a lot of that game recently. So...
Deidre's trying to move some of the barrel out of the way so that the fire doesn't continue to encroach on it.
Yep. Okay. So what is Shirin doing, and what is Taylor? You're still getting the details.
Well,
unless you're not.
Well, if I realized that there was like a fire that needed to be contained, I'd be like, okay, that takes priority. And then I would have tried to scamper over to assist Deidre because she seems to have all the cool ideas, even though they're not in the book.
It's a lot of life experience, dear. It teaches you more than any book could. It's the school of hard knocks.
Yeah, I just like the picture of Taylor just trying to dot down statements while behind her there's a fire progressively getting bigger.
Yeah, and it's like, no, I feel like if
Oblivious.
I'd realized fully the picture before me, it's like, yes, okay, I would have tried to deal with the fire first.
Sometimes as the GM, I'm not going to describe the picture in front of you. I'm just going to use visual aids and just expand on those visual aids like fire.
I thought it was a colorful tent.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
No, this is I like it better though. This is good. Narratively speaking, delight.
So yeah, partway through, I'd be like, pardon me, and then I would duck around to try and help Daedra move barrels out of the fire range.
Okay, so you're going to take at least one round to get to there.
That's fine.
And I will say that the cold explosion was what alerted you and got your attention from that. To then go, oh crap, fire, and then you're running from that.
Yeah.
You smelled spearmint, and you're like, oh.
Oh, wait, no. Sharon, what are you doing?
So yeah, I got to deal with Pelmo. I'm not going to let Pelmo just get away or just do anything besides. Well, I'm going to just straight up try to arrest him. So I'm going to try to get the handcuffs on, potentially by trickery, because I assume he's not going to go along with it. So I'm going to try to have like a deception move, like a feint move or something like that, to see if I can
So
just
describe your
flip
movement.
him on.
Describe how you're going to do it.
Okay.
Let's do apocalypse style.
Okay, so am I face to face with Pelmo? Of course, this is the best way to do it.
You can get his attention. That's easy. But a lot of the time, he's going to be facing Grunker. A lot of the time, he's turning, and
Great.
he will turn and
so
laugh at Grunker being arrested.
So while he's pointing and laughing, just snap.
Yes. So I wait till he's facing away, and I just I take a step behind, just like this, and I wait for at least one hand to become free. I like pull the handcuffs out, so like they're kind of like swinging, like one's in my hand, the other one's swinging. I just like try to snap one on, and then as quickly as I can, if I succeed at that, just snap it on the other one.
Okay. They are manacles, not handcuffs. Handcuffs are
Manacles.
a lot more expensive. But yes.
Okay, so
so do your deception
right,
or your
here we go.
stealth. Which one you would like?
ooh, let's see here. I guess
It's a tough choice.
Well,
Yeah, let's do. Well, they're the same for me, so I'm just gonna do deception because I spent extra points to make that work.
an 18, absolutely.
Ooh.
And finally, I rolled something
So-
decent. Woo!
So an 18,
Snap.
you get him unawares, and then Grunker starts laughing back at him, going, you're under, and he can't point though, and he's trying to struggle, trying to
That's
point,
right, yeah.
and laughing back. See, I knew, take him away, take him to the prison, trying to steal my customers. I love I've actually got a lock as a token action, a token space. Meanwhile, back at the fire, Deirdre.
Once we've moved all the barrel out of the way, we'll start scooching up some of the dirt and trying to put it out.
Can I get a athletics, please, to
Oh,
scoop
jeez.
that barrel out of the way?
I'm having. Oh yeah, because she's not there yet.
No,
Oh
not yet.
man, guys, I want to let you know, as a grandma, I'm so strong. I'm a beefy grandma boy.
You were going to be the barbarian version of Grandma.
I wasn't thinking about it. Just 12.
12.
Stronger than the average grandma.
You can start moving these ones across,
Yes.
which are out of the fire. If you try to move the ones in the fire, that might be a bit dangerous. And then we can start the next round with Taylor there. Is it Taylor? Is it
Taylor.
Taylor?
Taylor.
Taylor.
As she approaches, I'll be like, put some dirt on that fire, dear. It'll help suffocate it and put it out.
Okay. So we've got 2 under arrest. What are you doing with those under the rest?
Yeah. Let's just sit him down away from the fire. So
And away
put
from
'em-
burning things and sharpie
Yeah.
things?
Yeah, let's just put him in the corner of this stage here. How do I? There.
Yeah. Just hold it
Oh.
down to ping, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have control over him.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Oh, cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring Pelmo. Oh, I gotta take him to a different place.
You sure?
let's,
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
Right
put them
beside
side
each
by
other.
side.
Sure.
That's good.
Seems like a good about. I gotta get him away from the fire, and away from Ezerak. So here we go. We're going over here. We're
Yeah.
gonna
That
go
way.
chill by this tent.
as in his enemy's tent.
All right. Well,
No, this is good. I like it.
Yep, I like it too as the GM.
Hey.
still
From the
getting the
way-
hang.
I like it too as the GM. So, back at the fire. Taylor, what are you doing?
I'm cat folk. Can I do the thing that cats do with like a cat litter and just start trying to like scratch like the dirt over it?
Yes, can I have a... Is a roll I
Cover my
believe.
shame.
What would that be?
There is a roll. Where is it?
Where's the pooper scooper?
Because I'm
I
assuming
think
there's
it's-
nothing
I think
like
it's survival.
a survival.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
sure.
you're digging the dust out.
Yeah.
Just as good as any.
Wow, because the
Yeah,
DC
man.
is
I'm
really
the type of
high.
cat that actually can cover my own poop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a
Buried
DC
treasure.
20 to do that, and yes, you get rid of 1 flame.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Nice.
And with that, you get 1 flame.
Great work, dear. Great work.
But what's Deirdre doing?
Some crack police work.
Deidre, oh, what? Can I do a craft to see what is inside the barrel? Like, what is this ingredient? Because I know it looks explosive, but what is it specifically?
It's explosive cooking ingredients, so cooking oils and things like that.
Oh, okay, so it's just more of that.
Yeah,
Deidre will.
I can tell you how much damage it's going to do when it explodes. So if
Good.
3d6 plus 8 fire damage,
Oh, jeez.
and there's a radius which I won't
That's
tell
gonna
you.
knock me out.
What Deidre is going to do. I'm going to use another one of my infusions with my quick alchemy to make another
yeah.
frost vial and quickly throw that one down. So you see like Deidre reach into the bag, chew some like spearmint and like spit it out into the vial, and then mix like some other ingredients, shake it up,
Vicks
and then
vapor drops.
Yeah, Vicks vapor drops. It's Vicks rub, and then throw it onto this one.
Yeah. Okay, so you throw it into the back one from you. It explodes once again. Because of the splash damage, it's actually making the DCs easier for the other ones, which didn't blow out, but it will take out one of those with the explosion. So I'll delete that one off the map as well.
We've got one more, dearie.
Okay.
And
I'm
the
going to
smoke.
learn so much from Deidre. It's going to be amazing.
I'll delete the smoke as well. So that's 2 rounds down. We've got. We'll deal with the goblins first. Sharon, what are you doing with Pelmo?
So I have his other arm in handcuffs, and I don't.
I will say with that roll, you got both hands in handcuffs.
Okay, so I don't really want him to run off. So I'm just going to stay with him.
Without a perception, I can tell you that he's trying to edge towards the tent in front of you that you're next to.
You're going to stay
here. His feet are trying to kick the barrel that's right in front of him, as in this one here. And he's trying to kick that with his feet.
Okay, so I'm going to hold on to him to make sure he doesn't kick it. But do I think there's anything in the barrel? Do I get any impression from him that there's something in there that he would... or that's dangerous or anything?
A perception.
Okay. Can't imagine, but maybe I'll roll an awesome perception here and see that it's poison.
Ooh.
So you hear a sloshing sound inside.
Yeah.
But with the 23, it's good enough to know the sloshing is a bit slow, so it may be oil inside.
Oh, no. Hey, take it easy. Don't kick that.
There's
We've
also
already
a
got
big
an oil
fry
fire
out there too, nearby.
Oh, right.
So.
Of course. Okay,
Deep
so
fried food.
So I get kind of irritated, and I say, "Look, we're gonna move." So I just drag him along.
The crowd spreads away.
Just far enough so he doesn't have the reach to kick it.
The crowd starts moving away from you.
This is the kind of stuff that causes fires. Look.
Even these people behind are starting to move back.
Nothing to see here.
Ezric, what are you doing with Grunker on the stage?
Yeah, I'm just since he has his hands cuffed behind his back, I'm just sitting him down. It's a bit of an awkward, just going to leave it a bit awkward for him to get up. And I just say, stay. And I just start running up towards the well up there.
We have a well.
Yeah.
We do too. Totally feel we have a well on this map.
So, yeah, I'll just run towards the well.
So we can use all 3 actions to run to the well, and you can get to the well.
Yep.
I've got no issue with that. We're not really in a combat initiative. We're just cycling through, keeping it a bit loose. Although that said, if we do ever get into combat, we do have a combat timer. 30-second actions, people. So, Taylor, Deirdre, you've got 1 left.
With our powers combined, I believe we can do this.
I have a tracker, by the way, of a timer going on.
Yeah, you should try to dirt this one as well. You did so good last time.
Yeah, I'll try again.
So you're assisting each other?
Yeah, I'm gonna assist her to throw some dirt. You just see Deidre bend down and scoop a little dirt and just like sprinkle it. You're like, yes, here we go.
And then adding salt.
Yeah, just a little salt banks.
Oh no.
Dirt.
I was going to say, so Deirdre needs to do a roll as well to then see if you can assist.
All right, and then that would.
I believe
be
that's
my
how it works in
survival.
Pathfinder 2. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know it's failed.
Can I use a hero point to reroll? Is that what hero points are for?
Would you like to?
Yeah.
I would.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Fire is important.
Deirdre's not helping. Deirdre's like, oh, hold on a moment. There's a shovel over here, and you go walking across and pick up a shovel, and that's your helping.
That'll help later.
So by the time you come back, it's not like you've got the shovel, but you haven't been able to help yet. And reroll your survival, which you.
Fingers crossed.
You can do it. You can do it.
Oh,
95. Well done.
This is like one of those rare times where a reroll actually worked. Normally they
had
just
that
get worse.
coming. You earned that.
So, taking off the wrong person. GB's done. Said the hero point. There we go. And you get rid of the last one. I did have a timer running, and by the way, it was run out after this round.
Ooh,
Oh,
good.
no, there's something bad is about to happen.
Maximum poop scoop
So-
cat litter attack mode. Just
As you're spreading the last piece of the dirt, you see the liquid come out of the actual barrel,
oh.
and it's covered in dirt and it's coming out at the end where you've covered it in dirt and it's seeping into the dirt with no flame touching it. You are very much on the last tick of the timer which we had running, so.
We did
We are the
it.
best police officers
I look
ever.
over and I'm like, you deserve this. And I reach into my pocket and I pull out a golden star and I put it right on your chest beside your badge. I'm like, you did great today.
But as you're
kid."
trying to put on her like shirt, can I just I'll pull out my like the actual manual and I'll be like, could you put it on the book, please?
Yeah, like because like she's still
like you're putting on my homework.
yeah, like she's still working on getting it there, like it's moving slow. They're like, oh here, yes, and then puts it right beside, and I assume it's like a signed copy, like the person that wrote it, you got them to sign it, is like right beside that signing.
Yeah. And if it wasn't the author who like signed it, I probably got my teacher at the academy to sign it for me.
Yeah. Like,
Anyway,
it's got like your name in it. Just put
Yeah.
it right beside it.
Yeah, so
Anyway.
seeing that the fire is out, I'm just going to run back. By the way, now you can take statements.
Oh, no.
Also, now that you've gotten water, it's an oil fire.
Mm-hmm.
Ever put water on an oil fire or chemical fire?
No, don't do it.
I have. It's part of safety training. It's not good. Not good.
Do it just to see what will happen.
It's-
No.
No, I don't
So,
know about that.
my background is fire performing,
Yeah.
so we used to do safety training every year. That was part of the safety training of actually seeing what it does.
Yeah.
Bam.
Huh.
In a
I've worked
controlled
in
environment.
I've worked in many kitchens. Doing the fire training as well is very mandatory for us, especially an oil fire, grease fire, all bad.
But you probably didn't have someone that was a stuntman doing the fire safety.
Nah,
Which
nah,
so
it's-
watching someone burn themselves deliberately to get the newbies to to try to put them out is quite funny. Because no one else knew they would do it except for the old ones. Anyway, back to this. You've got 2 prisoners. What are you going to do? You've got 2 prisoners. You start taking statements. Grunker is certainly the more established vendor in the area.
I mean, I don't think we're going to take sides on this one. They were both creating a disturbance and like throwing knives, starting fires. I think they both got to get out of here. I mean, I hate to arrest more people, but I'm getting irritated with the residents of Absalom here.
You have such a short fuse with everyone.
Yeah,
Me.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
it's working.
yeah,
Like
we
just take them
also
downtown.
should investigate their stands.
So what are you looking for in the stands? What are you trying to find?
Yeah. Anything that shouldn't be there.
Contraband.
So if you're going for like the food safety style thing, you find some rats and you find some bits and pieces like that, but they're not live. Well, while there's live rats, they're in cages. There's also
It's
dead
for
rats
cooking.
which are cooked because it's rat cuisine. It's goblin cuisine. So it's hard to say if like they should be there or not, but they are certainly caged.
Yeah, I mean, it might be high level goblin because cuisine for all we know.
There's no permits for the vendors, and you ask the other vendors, and they'll confirm there's no actual permits. But they do confirm that yes, Grunko had been there for weeks, and that Pelmo's Pickles only set up this morning for the opening of the festival.
Why don't we do a little competition, boys? How about whoever sells the most today is the winner, and they get to stay?
They can't sell anything. They're under arrest.
Grunko's like, I'm okay. I will sell. I will
let
outsell
him go
Pelmo all
once-
day long.
We'll let them go once they pay their fines. It'll be fine.
Pelmo's like, but he burnt my store. Grunko's like, yeah, he did.
You threw
I mean, that's a good point, right? Like
you threw weapons.
Cooking implements, not weapons. It was a food fight. Oh, cooking fight.
Do we really want to leave these two together in the same place?
No.
Yeah.
We're not leaving them. Let's take them back to the station.
Arrest everybody.
We have to.
It's going to be a long day if you keep on going back to the station. You might not even get back to the end of the route.
How
If you
about
can-
I sit here while you guys do that? That will give me some time to rest while you young sprightly individuals walk there and walk back. That'll give me time to catch my breath.
It was an hour into your route.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're starting fires. They're throwing knives. I mean, that's pretty worthy of an arrest.
Yes.
You know, if like the lieutenant or whoever is going to argue with us, I'd be like, hey, come on, you want fires breaking out in your precious Radiant Festival? No.
Throwing cleavers.
Yeah,
Well-
come on now.
One of them doesn't even have a shop anymore, so they can't really be causing any trouble.
We can confiscate all the kitchenware.
As you think of that, you can confiscate all the kitchenware. It's like, but it's not going to actually bring in any money, or
Yeah, is it worth anything?
it's worth nothing.
No, okay.
They like the blades are like recycled from the garbage tip, and you just don't think it'd be healthy or ever usable on anything. You think the rolling pin was a chair leg at some stage in its life. It has like
Okay.
the bevels which you get from like the actual turning the wood from chair legs have those bevels in them. That's what the rolling pin's got. Not just the ends, but in the middle as well.
I mean, I just don't have any confidence that these two goblins aren't going to be causing trouble if we just leave them.
I mean, there's not any more trouble that they can cause. They've burnt down one stand. The other one is still there.
Grunko over here's like, I win!
I mean, he's not wrong. You'll pay more fines for that, though. You weren't supposed to
There
burn
you
down
go.
someone else's stand. You know that.
As long as I
But-
don't have any competition, I still win. I'll pay the fines.
All right. I say fine them and let them be free.
Taylor would be like, well, if Grunko was here first, pay damages to Pelmo,
Yeah.
and Pelmo doesn't have a stall anymore to run, and Pelmo can go on his way, and you've made your money back.
There you go. We're all friends. Perfect.
Well,
Hand over
I'm
the
friends
money.
with you, just not that.
Yeah. Pay me the money. And I look over at them and I wink, but like where he can't look. If you pay us the fines along with the damages, I'll make sure it gets to the right people.
As the
Trust
GM,
me.
The wink.
The wink.
Yeah.
The wink.
That's always trustworthy when someone winks at you.
You can
I
trust
need to
me.
go back to my store to get my cash box.
Oh, yes. Here, why don't you
Perfect.
escort him?
All right.
So he opens his cash box, and in mostly coppers, there is 7 gold worth.
I'll take them. How much would a stand cost like that? Because it's kind of, from what my gathering is, there's a lot of flammables, some of which was still saved. Really, the main thing was that cloth got damaged and a couple of rats. I'll walk over and I'll be like, "Here's your reparations from the offending party." Give them 2 gold worth of coin, and I go, "Get out of here."
Bronco's just livid that you're giving the money back to his rival.
You know why we're doing this? You burnt down his stand.
He deserved it. Trying to muscle himself in.
And I'll be like, "Keep up that act. We'll just leave you in the manacles."
He shuts up.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, let him go. We gotta keep moving. I'm
all
so
pretty
done.
Good cops.
Can I get a perception check, please? As you, Pelmo's walking off as well. He's not even going back to his store because it's burnt down, and you've given him some gold and given him some money. So perception check from those around.
Nice.
This is we're looking for a high.
Okay.
Like this is going to be very hard.
Oh, from everyone. Okay.
Yeah, from everybody. As you're leaving the scene, and Pelmo's leaving with you, essentially.
Can I use my hero point?
If you would like to use a hero point.
Yeah, I want to see what we're going to see, if it's got to be high.
I start.
There we go.
That's
Woo!
the high that we
That
need.
was the word.
That's the high that we need.
Unbelievable.
So as you're leaving the scene, and you're a little bit down the street, you just see a goblin grunker pop into the now smoking tent of his rival and coming out with a cash box.
So I like point out to everybody else there what's going on, and then I go towards.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Where is the cash box going, and who has it? I missed the who's.
So-
who's driving?
Grunker.
Grunker
Okay.
went back in to his rival's tent and came out with his rival's cash box, and he's sneaking back into his own.
Yeah. We're just going to turn back.
Yeah. Like, come on. We're not even like 30 feet away.
No, you're further back. You're further
Wait,
away.
why didn't Palmo grab his own cash box?
Palmo thought it was all burnt.
Oh.
Palmo thought it was all burnt and all gone with everything in the fire, and he's been given 2 gold, and so he's like, okay, we'll start anew.
I mean,
And
at
you're
that
more
point,
than 30 feet. You were like,
it's
this is down the street.
Finders
Okay.
rights at that point.
But you're down the street, and then you could just see it, which is why
I
you needed
dart
to hide.
back. Yeah.
You run back through the crowds, and you charge up and say, "What?
What's going on here?
I found this on the street."
Yeah. You think that doesn't belong to Palmo?
He left it.
Yeah, fair enough. We'll take that from you, and we'll make sure it goes back to where it belongs. You be happy if we don't fine you for theft here.
Hands it over, disgruntled. Another 7 gold worth of pretty much coppers.
All right, get out of here. You're lucky that it wasn't worse on you.
He starts looking around inside the other tent. Looks back. He walks back to his own tent.
Yeah.
Yeah, real police work there, friends.
Oh man, I've never. It's been a while since I've felt this alive. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So did you run back, or did you just still standing down the street somewhere?
Deidre?
Deirdre.
Oh, Deidre would be standing down the street. There's no way she's gonna move that fast. She's got
Maximum overdrive is done.
She only gets one boost a day.
You get 1 per short rest, and you haven't let her had a short rest yet. So
I just can't wait for a chase scene.
Oh, God.
that woof, dead. She's
I don't
gonna
know
die
how
of a
we're
heart
gonna do
attack.
that. Yeah.
Maybe get a riding animal or something.
Oh my!
We'll put her in a wheelbarrow, and one of us can push her along.
Here's the thing: if there was like a D&D equivalent of a motorized scooter, you know for a fact Deidre would have one.
I
Saving
do know,
up for a broom flying.
I do know some people working on projects for wheelchairs and things like that.
Yeah, same
role-playing
idea.
games. Yeah.
Yeah. I believe halflings are known for using riding dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The mounted police.
Here's the thing with Timmy's surgery coming up for his new knees. I can't really be affording all of this mounted dogs. You know, we have to prioritize, and Timmy's he's only 23. You know, he's just but a baby, and we've really got to get him going.
How good is Galarian surgery?
You know,
I don't know if you're spending that money wisely there.
You know, we'll find out. It'll be great. And it's not necessarily surgery, it's more like magic.
Oh well, that's different.
Yeah.
I can see that.
It's surgery.
So
Cleric looks at him.
Yeah, right.
Greater restorations his knees.
See, I don't know what I was thinking. Of course, there's the magic. I was thinking of something else. I don't know what I was thinking. Some kind of future thing.
Oh, no.
So you've gotten a few more gold's worth of fines. So I believe it's 5 plus 7, so 12 gold worth of fines. Again, almost entirely in copper from those two. You get back onto the beach and start walking through, and just greeting civilians and saying hello and just being nice, I hope, to all the guests. The crowds are really thick. As you like in the rest of the city from the previous posts that you've been in the guards, previous jobs, you've never seen like crowds this thick. Even in the market, the crowds are not this thick. Even in the coin district. But you're having to work your way through, and you enter one of the festival grounds, because that's actually listed on your route. There's lots of little small festival sites where there's petting zoos, where there's exhibits and things like that. And as you're going through one of the exhibits, you notice a giant walking castle is the focus of this area of the festival. So the walking castle of Kalesh is what is walking past in this large open field. And there's lots of bits and pieces around this exhibit. As I said, there's food vendors, hopefully not goblins. There's kids' yard games or grass games or whatever. There's lots of bits and pieces, stilt walkers, etc. And suddenly, as you're going through this area, a crowd of as the crowded fairgoers watch in awe of the walking castle, you hear a scream of "Thief! Get her! She just stole my..." And you look across, and suddenly you see a woman racing through a crowd, holding a dagger in one hand and a belt pouch in the other. And a red-faced man behind her in the crowd, pointing and yelling, "Stop her! Get her!" And a chase unfolds.
Oh,
Okay.
remember when we just said, hey, I wonder what a chase scene would look like with Deidre? Man, we're about to find out. Have we had a short rest?
We got suckered into that one right there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, gonna start running.
Yep.
So I'm just going to see if I can get a chase music. I don't think I have a chase music.
Move as soon as I can.
I don't have a chase music. I think I've got one in Plaguestone? I do believe I have a chase one in Plaguestone. I just want to get this.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the one I want. Chasing Fantasy. So, as the chase scenes, you're a little bit behind, well, we're actually quite behind, and there's a crowd between you and the assailant. So the assailant goes first, and I'm going to be doing some rolls for the assailant, and you're going to be doing your rolls secondary. first thing that comes across, first thing that is between you and the assailant is the thick crowd. As the woman races through the crowd, ducking underneath them, squeezing between gaps, and she seems to move really, really deftly through the crowd, as if she's done this before.
Yeah.
Can I get how are people going to try to get through the crowd?
So I'm going to do the same thing because this is how I roll. I can see somebody who has the same training skills as me. I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to duck in and around people and try to dart my way. Not push anybody over, but try to move in and out like I'm a running back or something.
Okay, fantastic. If you're trying to do that, you can either do acrobatics or stealth to try to slip through them, or acrobatics to jump through the gaps. Fantastic. That's a pass.
Right? Yeah. I do the same.
Yep. So there's other options you can do. I'm just going to try and get some dice. I forgot to set up.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to use a hero point on that one.
That doesn't sound promising. This collection is 2 different places.
Yeah.
Be right back.
That's better.
We're
Much better.
hero points have been paying off.
I would like to
There
find.
we go. And a 23.
Oh yeah.
Wait, is that a hero point you just spent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wait a sec, there's 2 rolls there. There's a hero point spent already. There we go. So thank you for the subscription. You're paying for their success. 'Cause I think they need it. So, you're doing the acrobatics way to slip through the crowd. We'll leave Deirdre to last.
I've got a solution to this problem. I've thought it through.
I've got different ways of doing this. Taylor.
I will try and I guess I don't know. I'm supposed to be good with like people and stuff, so like slipping between them.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
Like calling them to get out of the way.
No, just like looking stuff like hobnobber and stuff like that. Oh, that's for like learning conversation and stuff. I'll just try to like move without trying to like hurt people or anything like that. So either stealth or acrobatics.
So if
I'm moving through the crowd.
To dodge through the crowd, you can either use acrobatics to dodge through. You can use strength to slip through the gaps as well. DC is 13 for that. There's other options you can do. If you're a big, strong character, you could try to push them and use athletics and force your way through. Or you could yell at the crowd, or you could do other options. It's all.
Oh, wait, I got a crit success. DC's 13, so I'm already there.
I'll just try and slip between like people and everything. So acrobatics, I guess.
Okay, so acrobatics.
Okay,
so you're a little bit delayed, a little bit slowed through the crowd in your they get in the way, so a little bit slowed down.
I'm just like, sorry, excuse me.
I don't want to push anybody over.
Yeah.
Ayla just being too mild-mannered.
Yeah.
Deirdre.
Excuse me.
Right. Deidre's going to look and assess the crowd. Going to look for a strong, strapping gentleman, someone that's a bit bigger.
There you go.
Is going to walk up to them gently, tug on their trousers to get their attention. They'll be like, "Young man, could you do me a favor? I need your help to cross the street. There's a perpetrator down there. Can you help me get there, please?" And I guess I'll be using diplomacy.
Diplomacy, yeah.
Yeah, to get them to help me cross the street.
Who needs
Yep.
Oh. I did it.
Wait a sec. I've got
People want to help
one.
an old lady cross the street. That's a good thing.
I'll give you a situational yes.
Yes.
I do have a diplomacy option there, and it's a little bit higher, but yes, with the situational being that, and the role playing as well, absolutely.
There you
I'll
go.
let that on slide. So next you see just in front of some of you, jumping, like she jumps up and swings from a pennant that's on the ground, that's like pennant on a flag, swings up onto the onto the walking castle.
Wait, what is this? Somebody else, or is it the
The
same
woman,
person?
just in front of you, swings up onto the walking castle. And when I say walking castle, it's a castle, and it's on legs, and it's walking slowly around the festival. It's got its own little track which it goes around.
I'm envisioning like Howl's Moving Castle. You know how it's got like the little chicken legs and it's got all the stuff.
Baba
stacked
Yaga
on top.
style.
Yeah.
Bit of castle with
On,
stone.
did you say it was the walking castle of Kalesh?
Yes.
Yeah. So that
What
would
is
be
that?
pretty much that's the equivalent of Arabia.
Oh, okay. All right. So what do we?
Yeah.
So- Well, we'll start with the person that's still behind.
Mhm.
So we've got Chibi with Taylor on behind. I've just got to rearrange my dice. Chibi, what are you doing to get through the crowd?
If you mentioned that the walking castle seems to be on a track,
Mm-hmm.
can I change my course to kind of try and intercept it so that I can leap up onto it?
Yes, you can.
I'll do that.
So you can change your course and cut around what you're trying to do.
Yep.
And I will put you. Do you want to try to get in front of it or shortcut to get to this section?
I'll go ahead of it.
Okay. So can I get just a survival to figure out where you need to go to shortcut it? Which means you're going to skip this round and you'll end up another round in front.
Ah,
Yeah.
should I use my other one?
Do you want to use your other one?
Like, I don't. You never
It's
know
late
when
in the
you're
show.
gonna need- It is. Yeah, I'll use it.
Use it or lose it.
So I can
That's
like
what it is.
prep in advance.
Yep.
So, yep.
There is a
Wow. See? Some
there is a
things are just
track.
not meant to
Yet
be.
somehow you get to the edge of the track, and one of the organisers is like, "Hey, you can't go in there. It's a safety thing. Get out of the way!" And he starts yelling at you for safety reasons that you shouldn't be on the track because
Ears
they've
go
got a
back when it's
castle
go-
that's walked through. Okay, back to the front. We'll go to Shirin. Is it Shirin?
Shireen
Shireen.
Alban.
Has to be that strange pronunciation. Shireen. Yep.
I'm sorry, it's Absalom Ease.
You
Yeah.
could have gone classic, like Deidre. You could have been Sharon.
Yeah.
Sharon
Wow, that would be exotic sounding.
or
It
Shazza.
would. Oh.
Yeah, Shazza. Okay, so at the front, so she's jumped up onto the castle quite deftly. She seems to again know what she's doing. How are you going to try to get up there, or what are you going to do, or are you going to try to? It is on a track, so are you going to just avoid getting up there?
I can't imagine what a walking castle looks like, but I'm gonna jump after her and try to grab her.
Okay, so jumping would be acrobatics or well,
I think
yeah.
it's acrobatics.
Let's see the
And it's
mad
probably another
ups.
Let's see this.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Okay,
Oh.
so
Hero
you
point.
go up and jump to one of the flags, but you spend your hero point. So do
Okay, so I start to fall, and then I reach out just in a desperate grab for anything I can get my hands on, and I grab a solid piece of the castle, pull myself up, and I grab her flag from the bottom.
okay.
And if she's in within reach,
She's just out of reach, but she's like you. Oh, would you like to do a grab attack? Would you like to do that as
you have,
well?
like a grapple, or
And
something?
risk falling.
Ooh.
This is a castle.
That's a good GM move right there. God, I hate that.
I
Yeah.
respect your craft, but
Yeah,
damn.
no, I do. But God
Tough
damn it.
move.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll risk falling. You know,
Okay,
I'm here to serve and protect.
okay.
so
Do a
what-
grab attack. I've got to see if I've got even.
Yeah,
Okay.
What's that?
I believe this is athletics
Athletics.
against fortitude DC.
Oh God, I have a +3. Here we go.
Oh. Oh.
I think that's enough. Enough.
Against
No,
their fortitude DC, is it?
Yeah.
So it's 10 plus fortitude.
Oh.
No way does he have a +6 or she have a +6.
Okay, so you
Oh,
grab
forget it.
at the ankle, and you're not grabbing at the castle ledge. You're not grabbing the edge of the thing. You're grabbing the ankle.
Ooh.
Your hand slides down to the shoe. The shoe comes off.
No.
Missed by one.
Oof.
And you fall down off the side of the walking, and we'll do a little bit of damage there. That's a d6 for 3 points of damage as you tumble onto the ground underneath.
Damn you, thief! As I roll and I get scraped up.
Ezric, what are you doing?
Okay. I'm also going to try and climb onto the castle, but while I'm doing so, I'm going to try and guess her route.
Guess her route.
Yeah, like
Is this part of your abilities that you can just know things? Sorry, that's a
Yeah,
bit of
devise a
DM.
stratagem.
As you devise stratagem, you know that she's going to be jumping off the castle because So she's using it to.
Yeah, I'm trying to guess where she would be the best point for her to jump off.
Okay, so you can do that. Like if it's an automatic ability, you can do that. If it needs a roll, then I will ask for a roll. I don't know what roll it would be on though.
Find anything odd.
Society maybe.
Okay, society. Let's see. I can do that.
Because it's knowing about thieves and knowing how to kind of society here. I would say that. Okay.
Nice.
So that's a big roll. So you know that she's going to jump off it. Like it's going to go like otherwise she's in circles and you can't really hide too much in there. So you can figure out where she's aiming for, and you can just head to that direction.
Yep.
And if that's your aim, then luckily someone's being yelled at down the ropes, and there's no one to protect this section, so you can just duck under the railing and head to that direction. Speaking of being yelled at,
My ears are back and I'm like feeling somewhat threatened. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I know you're trying to do your job and I'm trying to do mine too. And then I'm going to point to my badge. I'm like, there's like a defender up on the thing that we're trying to catch. Please let me through.
Deirdre, we've missed your turn.
While she's after this, I'll be like, "Thank you, young sir. You're such a handsome and strong lad. Thank you." And as he leaves, after helping me cross the street, I'm going to look and see if where Talia is being yelled at. If there's like, you know how you go to a carnival and there's the box that's controlling the thing on the circuit on the track. I want to see if I could use my cane or just to grab it and stop the tracks. So stop it from continuing to move.
I believe this is. Would you like to do an arcane?
I can, and I would love to.
And not just because you're using a cane, but an arcane.
Yeah. I'd like to spend a point because I want it better.
Okay. So we're using
Or
up
not.
a lot of points in this chase.
Or not.
Okay.
I
not.
just none.
You don't. You spend your round just looking to see if there is where it is, and you can't find where
It
it is.
used to just be a button back in the day. You just pushed it on and off. These kids have gotten too crazy with their newfangled machinations. These artificers, I swear.
Well, perhaps it's magical and it's on the castle.
No, it can't be that. Not with my roll.
Wasn't a good roll, let's face it.
Yeah.
So next round we've got Game Reaper of Ezric is shortcutting across. We have so you're actually shortcutting across to what looks to be a petting zoo. That's where Ezric is running towards. We have Polly on the ground,
Rolling to a stop.
rolling to a stop, but not underneath the feet of the walking castle, thankfully.
Phew.
Yeah, phew. Deirdre, you're still looking out for what's going on, and GB with Taylor, you're debating. Who wants to go first?
Debating.
Shall we go debating? I think you're still at like 0 for this. But you've got the idea. You can see Ezric running towards, like, across the field as well.
So there's like Taylor, she's talking to the guard person, there's the track, and then the castle.
But you can see Ezric on the track running across it. Like shortcutting across the track.
Okay, so like what I was saying before was like, I'm pointing to my badge going, I'm chasing in defender kind of thing and using that.
Yeah. So do you either intimidation or your diplomacy, and you can then go towards where Ezric is going.
Yeah.
As the shortcut. That's enough. You are a guard.
Yeah.
It doesn't take much to go.
I'm in my uniform.
Yeah.
It was more of a case of how are you doing? Are you yelling at him, or are you trying to be diplomatic?
I'm like standing there, like shuffling from foot to foot, doing I'm a guard, and there's like a person who's running away with someone's spell pouch. Can you please let me through?
Okay, so you're then heading towards number 3, heading towards where am I? You've just skipped a few, so that's all good.
Okay.
I was going to use a certain dice, but I didn't find the right ones. But anyway, so you're moving through. Ezric's moving through, but ahead of you, and we've got. We'll go to Shireen. The castle's moved off.
Okay, so I get up. I don't even take time to brush myself off, and I start rushing just towards it, just running toward the castle. How fast is that moving?
It's moving at walking pace.
All right,
Um,
so I
Faster
can
than
close the
Deidre.
distance.
You can also see Ezric running not towards the castle, but running off towards something else, a small pavilion which is next to the track. You can see Taylor running further back towards that area as well. They're not
All right,
walking
so-
towards the castle.
And I don't see the thief anymore, or do I still see her on top of the castle?
You don't see it's a castle, so she's in the complex of the castle.
Okay, so I'm just gonna run toward the castle.
Okay.
I'm gonna run there, and I'm gonna try to jump in there if I can.
Okay. Can I have an acrobatics, please?
You
Or any
certainly
other ways
can.
of doing it? You can do athletics, acrobatics, or other things to try to climb up.
Let's do it.
Grab the castle around the ankle and try to stop it.
That's a 1.
No.
That's a
It's
1.
a 1.
Critical
Oh, God.
Uno.
So this is something I love
This
doing.
is not my day.
Describe your failure.
Okay,
Please.
okay. All right, so here's what happens. I bolt as fast as I can. I was like, God damn, you're not gonna get away. And I could see the castle going away. I'm very confident I'm gonna make it this time. And I actually am so sure I get there faster than I did, and so I jump right at the castle, but I don't quite clear it, and I hit my head against the castle. Instead of going over the wall, I hit my head against the wall, and I'm back and I see stars. And so I'm back rolling again away from it.
Aw.
Ah!
Okay. So I'm just going to move that to there. Move that to there. So the castle moves around. We're skipping a part here because everyone's crossing the field instead. So the castle moves around. Ezric, you're at the petting zoo. And it's right next to the track. This would be the best place for her to jump off, and you can see her on the edge of the castle. What are you going to do?
Okay. I'm going to take cover and hide and be ready to jump out and try and apprehend her for when she does jump off.
Okay, so can I get a stealth roll, please?
Okay.
Get yourself in cover. This has disadvantage because there's animals around
Disadvantage.
Oh, not disadvantage. There's a little bit of a penalty because there's
Yeah.
animals around you.
Ooh, that's
where
a bad word.
As in, there's a little bit of penalty because there's animals around you. They make it hard to be hiding because they will come up to you and start licking you.
They're curious.
Yeah.
So they're actually creating like a focal point around you.
Yeah, I'm just hiding behind
much.
crates, tents, and stuff.
Yep.
So.
No problem. You're hiding,
Yeah.
and the kiddies are taking care of the animals. Even the animals aren't paying attention. So you're hidden. We have Taylor running across, not too far behind. We have Deirdre's walking towards.
Deidre, seeing this failure by Shireen, is actually going to go to Shireen and be like, chin up, young gal, you're going to get him. And here's a little something to boost your spirits. And I hand her, this is my last one, I reach into my pouch. I hand her one little vial and I give it to her. And I go, give that a drink.
I grab it as fast as I can.
Oh, you crush it? All right. So you crush it.
I drank it. I
That's
just,
what I mean.
Just toss it
Yeah.
back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So what I gave you, you should never just take things from your it's fine. It's fine.
Absolute trust of that
It's the
action.
rage
just
potion.
then.
It's not a rage potion. So because I saw you hurt yourself real bad, it tastes you taste it, it tastes like juice, like prune juice. Be like, it'll cure what ails you, keep you like clockwork, it will. And so it'll heal you 1d6 hit points.
Oh yeah.
And you'll be immune to diseases and poisons for a bit too.
Oh,
Well, not immune. But...
Well, not immune. You'll get a bonus. You'll get a bonus. Jesus, girl!
No, I can't roll to save my life.
The prune juice doesn't agree with you. I understand.
Not today.
It's a special formulation. I've been working on it. Maybe it's a little too much bran on this
You
one.
know, I got a tiny little pep. It's fine. Thank you.
All right, let's keep going.
The woman jumps out of the castle, off the side, lands in the middle of the petting zoo, right in front of Taya and Ezric. Taya's just gotten there in time for this to happen, and the animals are all spooked. What would you like to do? She's right in front of you both. Shall I have a timer here? I can do that.
I will just, I guess, tackle her.
Okay, tackle.
There you go.
Do your tackle.
All right. So this would have to be athletics, I guess.
Yeah, it's like a grapple thing.
Oh, nice.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You get a critical.
Arrest is made.
Done and done. Got him.
And she confesses right there.
Taylor, what are you doing?
I'm guessing I'm seeing.
She just
Ezra
jumped
jump
off the castle right in front of you, and as she lands, all the animals are spooked, and you can see Ezric jump out from the shadows and grab around her legs, and just holding her legs with manacles in his hands.
I'm going to cast a cantrip at Ezarek and the woman. So, Forbidding Ward. So, you're warded against attacks and hostile spells from her.
Okay.
And you get advantage, I think, on saving throws against the target enemy's attack spells and other effects.
Okay.
Cool.
So, with the critical, I'm saying that you actually manacle her legs at the same time.
Just
like
in case
you
she
jump
tries
out and
something
just-
funny.
She's not going. She's totally captured, except for her arms are free. She falls down among the animals who are now spooked. Spooked animals don't do well in confinement, and so they start getting a bit rowdy. What would you like to do?
Do we still have actions?
You can have actions. and we can move the combat. This is a little bit away from Deirdre and Shireen, but you can have actions again.
Yeah. So while she's on the ground, I will just grab her knife and throw it away from her, and grab the coin pouch.
Easily done. Deirdre, sorry, Taylor, what are you doing?
Is there anything I can do to try to help calm? I figure Ezra's got this under control. Can I do anything to try to like calm the animals?
You can try.
You're part cat.
Yeah.
Hissing might be an
What do you
intimidation,
do?
but otherwise
I'm
it's
the
an animal
alpha
check.
cat.
I think it's animal handling,
Maybe you purr.
like nature.
Yeah.
Like, okay, can you
Soothing.
describe to me, like, are some of them trying to beat at the fencing, or?
Well, let's just say there's a stampede without movement, so they're agitated. They're going to. There's two people in the pen with them, which have got them excited. I.e., there might be damage coming soon.
Are there any, like, bystanders inside, or
They're
just us?
outside. Well, there's
Okay.
kids around too.
In the pen?
Well, in the pen because you pet the
Yeah.
animals inside the pen, but now there's an eruption in here as well. There's people, there's adults outside, there's parents outside. It smells horrible. It smells like poo and hay.
Is there, like, a feed bucket nearby that I can just kind of throw and scatter to distract them and just make them think, oh, food,
Yes,
to help calm them?
yes, there is.
I will do that. I'm just gonna, like, grab a feed bucket and just, like, kind of do the big wide sweep and go, food!
Okay, so without a roll, because of very creative finding that solution, you just you run over to the feed bucket behind the counter and you just throw it into the pen itself, where the animals are a little bit more distracted about what's going on and don't pay heed of hurting the kids and the police officer and the criminal. And we can end the scene there with the capture of a pickpocket in the fair.
Oh, you really got my old ticket going on that one. I swear. Oh, I don't think I've got this much excitement about like a couple of years at least. Thought keeping after the grandkids was keeping me fit, but that pickpocket though.
Yeah, we're all gonna get in good shape from this stuff.
You did great though, dear. You did your best.
I did my best. Thank you.
And that was it was a mighty impressive jump. Like I thought you had it
I
by
rub my head. Yeah, well, thanks. Somehow your words are oddly calming to me, and I feel like I have some self-esteem coming now. I feel like that was very grandmotherly.
Well, thank you. I've had a lot of practice. Here you go, dear. Hopefully this makes you feel a little bit better. And I hand you what looks to be a piece of saltwater taffy out of my pocket, and I just give it to you. There's no healing benefits or anything, just emotional healing.
I do the same thing. I grab it, throw it in my mouth. I'm not very smart. I haven't learned quickly, so I just eat anything that's handed to me.
I've only fed you the good stuff so far. Don't worry.
I trust you.
So far.
So far.
So we'll end up here for the show. I'm trying to actually keep these a bit shorter and a bit more punchier, which is why I'm trying to get a bit faster, as well as the combats are going to be a lot more 30-second timer countdowns, etc. But we haven't really had to use it. We hadn't got into combat. It's going to be a less combat-heavy campaign than what we would normally get. I will work out the actual experience for things, but you have got experience. You've already got 110 from one section.
Yeah.
I haven't given you experience for the first bar, which you did beautifully with. That was amazing. Like all the role-playing bits in that one was really good. And I loved the chase scene mechanics in here.
That was good.
Yeah, right.
That was actually really good, especially when it's like, what's going to happen with a chase scene, knowing that it's going to be a chase scene right next.
Yeah, you set us up.
I don't write a slam dunk. I got
Yeah.
dunked on.
Beautiful, beautiful characters. This is hilarious. This is really, really funny. I love how creative everyone's got with these characters. The accents, the everything was just, even on break,
Alright.
you were in character. This was beautiful. Weird for me, but beautiful.
Just doing our jobs.
We're
Yeah.
in there
Weird.
as players.
We perform for ourselves first, and other people just happen to be there.
Yeah.
Easiest way to do it.
Before I do forget it for next week, though, the belt pouch that you took off her had 5 gold pieces on it. That was the one that she stole. She also has, and she also has a collection of belt pouches worth 22 gold.
Whoa!
Oh.
Right.
Is our scribe keeping track of all this gold?
Yeah. How much was in the second the other collective?
So 5 gold
27.
from the first
Yeah.
one, which you could track down the owner for.
Yep.
Yeah.
But 22 of assorted belt pouches, as
Okay.
in 22 gold in assorted belt pouches, which are all not feminine, like they're not hers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we definitely be returning the first belt
Yeah.
pouch.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
even-
could totally do the thing where I'll smell the belt pouch because I'm like a cat that hunts.
Oh yeah. You can
And if
tell
I
who's-
get the smell of the owner, I can try to track them down through the crowd.
Yeah. The owner would be hard to find.
I think they were probably trying to chase after
He's now
us.
yelling at the same
Right.
person that was yelling at you, just trying to not cross the field,
Yeah.
because he's trying to get his belt pouch as well and trying to find the cops running across the fields. So he wouldn't be that hard to track down, and he's very grateful of having his money back. But as I said, we'll end the session here. And thank you. That's been absolutely amazing. This could have gone very different ways. And I'm proud, I think, of being able to push Polly's buttons with the drunks.
Ugh.
To the fact that
job
she
of
was willing
that.
to slap me.
Yeah. Yeah, I
so-
wanted to be the best cop. Like I wanted to. You can't. I'm not going to be an evil cop, right? But God,
Look, I think we
You just
already
be done with
figured-
everyone.
yeah.
I think we figured who would play, like, if we ever have an interrogation scene, I think we know who would be the bad cop in the pair.
Deidre. Deidre is the
Yeah.
bad cop.
And I also wanted to say there was something else I wanted to mention. Apparently, like I love the food. That clip which I put into our Discord about, hey, I just found this about the old grandma
Yes.
with the food. I think I influenced that a bit too much.
Nope. It was gonna be there no matter what. It's a
Nice.
grandma thing for me anyway, where I'm just like, oh no, she's gonna basically, it's like the ultimate mom friend, but plus 12 because it's grandma. It's mom times 2.
Yeah.
Taylor, amazing with the changing the board. That's really cool. just wrong. And Ezric, I think we've got Ezric's going to be really fun. A
Yes.
long way to go, and just I think pseudo straight man, even though you're not the straight man.
Yeah. He's getting antsy without being able to use his brain.
To solve
Yes.
actual crimes.
Yeah.
There's crimes.
Yeah.
That does. There's investigations as well. But
Yeah.
this is you start off on the beat. And this is like only halfway through your day.
Yeah,
Like, this
it's
is
like
this
our
is just
second
like 11
hour.
o'clock.
Yeah.
Maybe almost not even noon. So it's a long day ahead, which means there's more encounters today.
Oh, and
Which is also
just
why
all-
I'm finishing it.
Deej is all out of alchemy.
Oh yeah, that's gonna
And
be
hero
tough,
points.
right? Yeah.
We've spent
No,
them,
no, I got 1 hero point left.
which then disappears
It does, but
and
it
comes
comes
back next session. Yes.
Yeah, so it's a net sum of 1 point.
So thank you for the subscription. I think they used those hero points really well. That was really
Yeah.
fun that they could just go, oh crap, hero point. And even before I even finished the description, it's like, I'm spending hero point. No, that didn't
Yeah,
happen.
right. Because
No.
you see the roll and you're like, oh, I didn't even want to hear this description.
Yes.
I just want to move past it.
That was really. I love players being able to have that freedom. I think that was really cool. Yeah, if because of the amazing work that everyone did and all the amazing role playing, I will totally give you a hero point right now.
Aw.
Oh,
Oh,
alright.
thanks. Yeah.
So starting next session with 2.
No, you start at
No.
1 because
Yeah,
it goes
no,
away.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's
He's
just messing with us.
It
He's
goes
being a
away at the end
DM.
of the session.
Quick, use them now.
Yeah.
So let's do our outros before we get too much into it. Game Reaper.
Yeah. Hey, I am Game Reaper from Gathering of Nerds. Check us out sometime. I think we're streaming right now, unless it's being skipped again. Yeah, it's on. Actually, no, it's cancelled. Yeah.
JK.
Yeah. But yeah, but I am looking to start another show soon, so look into that. Yeah, that was really fun, Karsh. Thanks.
I've been, although as much as I was looking forward to Edgewatch, looking forward to Extinction Curse. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one too. Very fun, I think. So Chibi.
Hi guys, I'm Chibi. I was playing Taylor, the catfolk, fresh newbie from the academy who's very by the book. We haven't seen the other personality trait come out yet, but if you keep watching, maybe you'll find out what it is. Ooh. Yeah, and I'm also streaming on Twitch Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, doing art for D&D and Pathfinder characters. So you can come check me out at Hitakiri Chibi at Twitch.
Nice.
And Caitlin, Kat.
I am Kat. I am the runner, proprietor of the trash heap that is called Say Caitlin on both Twitch and YouTube. What is it? I'm your grandmother for now and always, but I swear to you, if you mess up one more time, I'm gonna take you straight to jail. Know what you done? And I'll play Deidre, your grandmother cop. Don't worry. I still love you. I'm just disappointed.
It's so disturbing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too good. You're
This is, oh my god.
I know, everyone went, oh!
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. Polly.
Hey, I'm Polly. I played Shireen, not Sharon, Alban.
Shazza. It's going to be Shazza.
Undercover cop, former undercover cop, frustrated, angry, as it turns out. I mean, personality comes out in times of stress. And you can find me at Polly People on Twitch. I play board games. Check it out.
Fantastic. My name is Cast the Goblin, and this is the Goblin Cave TV. And we'll be back with, I believe, Saints and Sinners this week. Tomorrow we'll have a Let's Play or more GM's work or GM stuff. Currently, we had a look at Mafia last week, but after leaving a poor review on the game, I don't know if it's going to return. But I also got slammed on my review on the game because it's only my opinion, but that's what a review is.
Yeah.
So
Flame Wars.
yeah, I don't know about that one. So we're going to be raiding Myth Brigade, who are doing tabletop games at the moment. I don't know what they're playing at the moment, but it looks really, really fun. It looks very much Western. So share the love to them. If you are a member of the channel, we do have a raid key, a raid message, which is we come to share the love. Our hearts are warm and fresh. With Goblin Heart, Goblin Heart, Goblin Heart. If you're not a member of the channel, but you still want to participate in the raid, just copy and paste without the Goblin Hearts, and everything works fine. Thank you for everyone for coming in. Thank you everyone on YouTube as well. Leave a comment down below. All the subscriptions, subscribes, all that type of stuff. And thank you so much for the subscription today from Spectre of the Table. It means so much. It was great chatting for you yesterday as well.
Thank
so
you.
it's
We
amazing
needed
to
that
see you
hero
again.
point.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's do the raid. Let's start that up. The raid will happen after our credits, so let them run, and then we'll do the raid after the credits. So thank you, everyone. That's a bye from now.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.